With every beat, she leaves everyone there. She's a dinosaur rock star.
Hey everybody, hi, welcome in. Sorry, I don't know why. I gotta figure this out. I might have to uninstall and reinstall all my stuff. Hey there, Dev, how's it going? It's been a while. Hi. Things are going. I'm doing okay. I am okay, I promise. I gotta figure out why, for whatever reason, I can start. It's like I can start stream everything up fine and I'm here, but as soon as I go to the starting soon page and then come back, I disappear. I gotta figure out why that happens. Hold on, let me just get some other stuff going up and then we're gonna get kind of right in. How's everybody doing though? It's been a while. I know I'm streaming on a Tuesday. That's not normal for me, but why not? I just needed that extra little bit of time. So tonight we are watching, we're going to react to it's a good long ass video here of the old park. Found these. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's just get right into it. Training purposes only. Well, that's fantastic. Inchen Division Behavioral Observation Log Subject Velociraptor. Recorded by Robert Muldoon. Well, not me, but...
Robert Muldoon, Game Warden.
I have that Jeep. I got that Jeep. That Jeep
Feeding
is
procedure for Velociraptor Anteropis. The date is September 1st, 91. I'm standing here at the raptor enclosure prior to the evening feeding cycle. I will now
the raptors actually do have
process,
their own,
which I think is not as efficient as I would like.
They do have.
There are
they actually
still
did have their
many
own paddock.
things that need smoothing out, but I want to keep it professional and objective in this log. Here at the entry gates, we have a staggered system whereby doors can only be opened once further doors have been locked, similar to the double doors of a walk-through aviary in any zoo, where visitors close one door before opening the other to prevent birds from escaping. The birds in here, however, won't just escape, they'll gut you to death.
Yeah.
But like I said, the system needs refining. As it stands currently, only selected carnivore handlers and myself are permitted to feed the raptors. Let me show you how that's done.
How would one end up getting like that job of
the authorized handler will
carnivores?
use his swipe card to enter the buffer enclosure with a live animal, usually a cow.
Oh, that was the SCP.
We've tried feeding the raptors beef, lamb, chicken, pig, you name it, but they won't touch the stuff. They need living prey because they want to hunt. They want to coordinate and take down a live animal. So we've resorted to bringing in a cow or a goat once every 3 days or so.
I mean, hunting your prey, like hunting, it's running, it's exercise,
enclosure.
It's enrichment.
This buffer enclosure is double fenced with a steel barricade internally and then a 10,000 volt electric fence externally, mounted on concrete slabs which extend 10 feet underground to prevent the raptors digging.
Can they dig?
The enclosure, as you can see, is fortified on both sides and from above to prevent the raptors leaping, because they're astonishing jumpers, easily clearing 10 feet plus. Now this is the actual feeding enclosure, and again the handler uses his swipe card at the scanner to open the gates like so. This pen opens up to the Velociraptor exhibit that visitors will see on the tour once the park is up and running. So that means where I am standing now is the rear of the raptor exhibit, out of sight from the Explorer tour track. I personally don't think any child visiting this park should see a 6-foot reptile eviscerating a poor cow, and that's why we feed
I
them
mean,
away
I'd pay
from
extra
public
for
eyes.
that. I'd pay extra for that. Not gonna lie.
Once the cow is
I would
brought
love to
into
see that.
this
That'd be
pen,
interesting.
the handlers exit, locking this gate, and then proceed out the buffer enclosure. It is only once both gates have been closed and the handler is safely behind 2 locked gates that the raptors are permitted to enter this enclosure and feed. This fence, as well as the electric fence beyond, slide open, and the raptors enter where I am currently standing. For obvious reasons, I will not open this gate. But that is essentially the gist of how we currently feed the raptors here, while the construction of the raptor pen a little further
Like,
away
if you had, like, the
reaches completion, and we transport the pack there.
I mean, if you had the chance to like VIP and you got to see the
Now,
raptor
if we
feed,
look out
how
into the
much would
raptor
you
enclosure,
spend
there
to
are
see that?
5 female animals in here.
Hey,
We bred
Aldrak,
8
hi,
originally,
welcome
and
in.
then 2 more were cloned
We
on
just
Sauna,
started.
but one did not survive transport to the park, leaving one big one to join the pack in here. When she came in, she took over the pride, killing half the original brood. Just 4 days ago, the big one killed a smaller raptor, so I'm always watching her. I don't believe we'll spot any of them right now, and that's probably because they are nocturnal animals, as are a lot of predators today. I've had many discussions with John about
That was
feed
a
timing and
Dilophosaur.
whatnot, and possibly switching to nocturnal feeding, as daytime may cause stress and agitated behaviors.
Neither have I. Why is there a Dilophosaur?
The last thing we want is an agitated velociraptor, believe me. And on that note, that completes this log of the feeding procedures. What the? Is that another? Shit. So as I documented earlier this afternoon, another raptor was killed. She was removed from the enclosure by a chopper, which was a disaster. She sustained a massive laceration to her underside and bled out. My guess is the big one took her out, but the enclosure cameras didn't catch it. There's only so many cameras you can place across an enclosure the size of several football fields covered in dense vegetation.
I mean, when you have a predator species that is essentially primate intelligence, you want cameras fucking everywhere.
The surveillance footage from last night, after the dead raptor was removed, only raised more questions. I noticed the remaining 3 females being very busy, but I couldn't spot the big one. Anyway, another one down, 4 remaining raptors. I'll document the raptor pack dynamics tonight. They're bound to change after another member dies.
Yeah, I've only seen like little clips here and there, so I'm like, I want to see like the entire
They
thing.
go at the fence every night, never attacking the same place twice. They test the fences for weaknesses systematically. They learn and they remember.
Like, I would love a survival horror game. Like, think Resident Evil 7 or 8, but in Jurassic Park. Like, you are a security guard, or like a ranger or handler, and you're stuck out in the park at night. I would love that. I would love that.
That big one is a real problem. She's costing Hammond hundreds of thousands. When she was introduced, the dynamics of the pack changed significantly. Dominant from the start
It's
and
still
absolutely
going. It's still
lethal to
going.
any raptor that did not
Still
fall in
going.
line. She shows extreme intelligence, even problem-solving intelligence.
Can I
that one,
classify her as a cousin?
When she looks at you can
Remember
see
someone
she's
posting a
working
video of this
things
sort of
out.
like park builder kit?
She doesn't
Yes.
test the fences anymore.
Yes.
She watches the others do it for her.
We'll pause. So what the idea was for that, where it's like you would do like Jurassic World Evolution, or like one of the ones, and you would build your park. And once it's all done to complete and you get that 5-star, then it turns from park builder to first person survival horror. So it's like, okay, you built your park, everything is going. Now all of a sudden power goes out, animals are escaping, and now you have to get off the island. Like, that would be so much fun. That'd be so much fun.
They obey her completely. She directs them. I've seen that look before in lions and wolves, but not in reptiles. It's not instinct. It's something else.
Though, realistically, at this point, the big one isn't female anymore. Yay, Jurassic Park and, like, the frog DNA. The big one is actually a male raptor.
She's making plans at the moment, and the other raptors are awaiting instructions. This is the big one in the back.
It's just that they never
And now
really
that they know
understood
there's
what they
something
were
in feeding
doing,
enclosure,
so...
we might get to see what I came here for. Their communication is far more advanced than reptiles of today. There's verbal cues and sounds, but there's also eye movements and tail twitches. One thing about the big one is she's fairly stoic in her communication style. She's aggressive when she wants to be, but is not as animated as the others. She'll stand still and stare directly into your eyes for hours. The others I describe as more bird-like in their behavior with erratic
Yeah, the
movements.
big one just has autism.
Here we go. She's chosen one of them, and they're off.
I feel like unless they made DNA to do so, they would not nearly be as smart as we believe. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, for the size that they were, their brain, like the actual... Oh, that made me jump.
These two are a few years older, and they seem to be the most loyal to the big one. They
That
seem to
made
be
me jump.
quite
Holy
obedient
Jesus.
to her. But where did she go? See, that's what she does. She gives out orders and then sits back and watches.
But yeah, but like the actual
These two
velocity
clowns
skulls.
do her bidding.
Like we'll use Utah. We'll use Utah because these are basically what those are.
God. Oh, shit. I've never seen one of them make contact with the fence for such a long time. Jesus Christ, I think she fried herself. You were here to distract me. Clever girl.
Ow. I gotta say on that one is like, burnt raptor smell barbecue.
The following morning, the big one and her two remaining minions were tranquilized so that our vets could enter the enclosure and inspect the raptor's injuries.
And sleepy time. CP raptor, right? Just
She sustained third-degree burns to all four limbs and lacerations to her mouth before being hurled some 40 feet away from the electric fence.
that's not
She
survivable.
smelled of charred meat. Consequently, she died. This raptor in particular was far younger than the others. My guess is the big one picked on her specifically to test another region of the electric fence.
Rip that raptor.
This one mustn't have had the experience
Oh,
that the other
Sevens in
raptors had
chat.
and couldn't manage to execute the task without frying herself in the process. I would almost feel sympathy for her if I didn't have an obsessive need to have them all destroyed before one of them eventually figures out how to escape their enclosure. And there she goes. That's our boned raptor. Adios. To hell with the lot of you.
I mean, to be fair, Muldoon was
Now,
he
there's
was
some
correct
checks
the
I
entire
need to get
time. They
done
should have all
before I
been
can follow the
destroyed.
team over to wherever they'll take the dead raptor. The other girls were tranked with a ketamine dart, a general fast-acting anesthetic.
Oh, they're on a
used to
trip.
immobilize wildlife,
Fuck, they got
along with
cat?
xylazine, a sedative, to keep the raptors asleep for when we need to work with them.
They're
Now,
on a
despite
trippy
how
trip.
much I wish they all perished, unfortunately, I do have to check on how they are taking to the tranquilizers. Because one, if I don't, Hammond will strangle me with his bare hands, bless his soul. He's left the island for a short trip to see his daughter. And two, side effects are common for these drugs, so it's imperative that we check on the animals after administering any medication.
All right. Well, I can explain. So the raptors that are like the ones in the novel, we'll go off to the novel. So in the novel, they're stated to have the same intelligence as a 10-year-old. Roughly about the same intelligence as a 10-year-old child. So they're watching the cars go by. They're watching the helicopters. They're watching they're watching the handlers go in and out. And they want to hunt. So in order to hunt those things, they need to get out of where they are. They understand the fence. So they want to get past the fence in order to hunt. They can smell the other dinosaurs. They can smell because of like the sensitivities of like the sinus cavities and how large they were. The raptors could smell the stegos and the paras, the brachyes, and the compies. So they could smell all the other dinosaurs. So it's like they know there's food past that point, past the fence. So they want past the fence. So they're trying to figure out how to get past the fence.
The last thing I want is to have to tell John that we lost 2 raptors in his absence. This is one of the big one's minions, the younger of the 2. John calls her Storm, because when she attacks the fence, she puts on an electrical display akin to lightning.
Alright, so we have a name for this one, is Storm.
I'm not expecting any adverse reactions to have occurred with her, as she's generally in good health. She's been tranked some half a dozen times before too, so I'm not concerned. But we'd always double check and look for the classic adverse reaction profile just in case. The major one is eyes open. The anesthetic ketoning causes a state called catalepsy, a trance-like state, where the animal appears immobile but still maintains certain reflexes.
Cool
the muscles
design,
around
though.
the
Fuck
eyes
yeah, cool
sometimes
design.
don't fully relax and may remain completely or partially open. In this case, as you can see,
no smacking
her eyes are closed, so I'm not concerned about her recovery from the drug. Another sign to look for is increased salivation. I'm definitely not going to handle her muzzle, but judging by the distinct lack of saliva surrounding her jaw, I'd say she's good.
Oh, the eyes are... Oh.
All right, the big one next.
It's wearing off!
Robbie, get out of there. She's still drowsy. Robbie, are you clear?
Yeah, it's locked.
That'd be terrifying. It's starting to wake up. Ooh. No,
is everyone out? Where's Tony?
Yeah, he's safe.
Okay, good. Get into the buffer enclosure and wait for me. I've never seen an animal recover so quickly from a dart. She's still probably got another hour or so of disorientation and drowsiness. But I'm going to back away and exit right now. Christ, I've shot male African elephants in Kenya who took much longer to recover from that sedative. Might have something to do with the osteoderms on the skin, similar to those seen on crocs and alligators. A very tough hide to penetrate. The dart must have found some entry point, but the complete dose mustn't have been administered. I don't know what Wu's cooking up in that lab, but I'd imagine Mongoliensis did not possess osteoderms. But then again, this is no velociraptor. This is John and Henry's theme park Frankenstein mishmash monster.
I love that. Even the fact that like Muldoon's like, no, like that's not paleontologically correct.
In animals in captivity. The repetition of this behavior usually correlates to when an animal's instinctive needs, such as space, stimulation, or the thrill of pursuit, are constrained or not met entirely. What may appear to visitors as restless movement is in fact a complex behavioral signal, a blend of frustration, heightened intelligence, and an unfulfilled drive to hunt. Among the raptors of Jurassic Park, this manifests in a particularly calculated form. The dinosaurs stalk the boundaries of their enclosure, almost on a timed loop. What's interesting is, at certain points during the night, the big one will stand in one dedicated spot. What she does next shocked me the first time I saw it. She appears to be calling to something outside the enclosure.
The hell is she calling? Oh, that's unnerving. She
And
stares
here she is
right
in
at
all
the
her glory.
fucking camera.
The Velociraptor
Oh.
pen. Not complete, of course. The guys are due to come in a little later and do some horticulture inside. John has them brought over from mainland Costa Rica, spared no expense, of course. I wanted to document some gripes I have with this place. The pen is 70 feet long by 40 feet wide, and is buried in the ground 12 feet. The girls are being transported into this enclosure a few days from now. The guys coming tonight are supposed to be planting this pen up with foliage to give the raptors privacy to mitigate stress and provide some shade from the sun. It is essentially a concrete pit in the ground with an electrified fence ceiling. Unhappy with fortified concrete, as it's almost impossible for the raptors to escape.
But
Almost. Let's head inside so I can reveal my issues. And boy, are there issues.
yeah, this is okay. First off, the fact that they're saying that this is gonna be their new enclosure, that's wrong. This is just a quarantine pen. This was just to, like, oh, they're being chaotic in their main paddock. We're gonna bring them here for a few days or a week or so to figure out what the hell was going on. This is not an actual proper enclosure. It's just a quarantine pen. It's temporary. It's supposed to be a temporary thing, whether it's bringing the raptors from Isla Sorna to Nublar, so they're here to acclimate a little bit, and then to the raptor pen. But this was not supposed to be their pen itself. This was just quarantine. You feel that you've asked this before. What's the bigger difference between the book and the movie? In the movie, the velociraptors are just like animals. They're intelligent, but they're animals. They're animals. Whereas in the novel, they are essentially villains. They are evil in the book. Like, they don't outright kill people like they do, but they don't. A lot of the novel has been split up now between the 6-7 movies now. And, like, the raptors playing, like, hooking up traps and everything that they see in Jurassic Park 3, that happens in the novel. So they actually, like, they fuck with people in the novel. And, like, they're more intelligent. They are connivingly evil in the book. Whereas, again, seems the video here mixes the movie and the book a lot, and I know I love it, and I love it. I love it. Like, it's also like, oh, what it could have been sort of thing.
If we come around here, this is the transport door. It allows the transportation container to attach to the pen and a smooth transition to take place.
Like, I love this.
which
I love that it is a mix. It's like,
Inside, here is our new raptor enclosure. Not huge. And that's one of my concerns. We're talking about ambush pack hunters, 3 of them, constrained to living quarters not much larger than your average apartment in Leeds in the UK. These are wild animals that have needs, and furthermore, are highly intelligent animals.
Yeah.
And what happens to highly intelligent animals kept in cramped conditions? They display disordered behaviors. They need space to run. After all, they're not called velociraptors for no reason.
not a
These
raptor
things
gets
can
run in the
match
cinder
cheetah
block room.
speeds,
No,
50,
not the cinder
60
block
miles an
room.
hour if they get out in the open.
But yeah,
My other concern is why the bloody hell has John approved
Hey,
this
Rainbow
containment
Kitty.
pen to them anyway? Are raptors not on the tour anymore? Why are they being cloned if their temperament is counterproductive to the park's turnover? It doesn't make sense to me.
yeah. So, okay. So we see the size of the building. Like, these are 55-gallon drums. Oh, I'm glad that the spine. Oh, the spino. So, look at the size. Like, this is a standard wheelbarrow. This is like a 55-gallon drum. Now, a standard 55-gallon drum is about 3 feet. So, the fence line here is lots of stuff. You'll miss a lot, but not a lot at the same time. But you'll catch up. But yeah, so velociraptors, especially in the movie, are about 6 feet to 6.5 feet tall by 12 feet long. Right? So they can't even stand up properly in this space. Like if we were to put it like bluntly, like the camera that we're seeing, Muldoon's camera, if this was like a helmet cam or like a head cam, we're him standing at full height, and the actor was 5'9". So the actor was 5'9", so we're looking at, this is the height of 5'9". And again, this is about 3.5 feet, give or take, unless they're like 100-gallon drums, but they could be. But I'm thinking if they're 55 gallons, then they're 3 feet. Standard wheelbarrow is like, so an adult head would be here, comparative to the wheelbarrow, maybe about here to the wheelbarrow. So the raptors don't even get to stand full size, and if they're 12 feet, 2 across is basically like 2 standing like tail, like muzzle to tail tip is not enough space in here. And in the movie, yeah, animal abuse, right? So in the novel, again, they were in their own pen, which we saw earlier. But in the movie version of the events, they stuck 8 raptors in this fucking place. 8 animals. And they go, oh, well, we had 8 originally, but the big one came in and like killed all but like 3 of the others. Well, no fucking shit. They had no space. Again, he said, like, again, Muldoon states that this is like no bigger than a small apartment. So you put 8 human beings, you lock 8 human beings in a 1-bedroom apartment, and you tell them you are not allowed to leave. How long do you think they're going to last? Like, how long could you and 7 other people live in a single bedroom apartment without leaving? Because not only that, like, food comes in, there's no way to clear out the food, so then you're getting bones and visceral. Then you're thinking animal waste as well, so they're literally walking in filth, and which means disease, which means more stress, more anxiety. So of course that's why they say, oh, in the movie they're jumping at the fences and trying to figure out a way out. Like, no shit, they're literally walking around in their own filth.
Anyway, my last concern is this. This is the remote-controlled door that is supposed to let the feeders drop a live
straight up
cow
animal
into the pen
abuse
using a crane. A big, gaping hole in the enclosure that opens several times a week. Just marvelous. She's on her side.
What are her symptoms,
Oh, a
Muldoon?
stego.
I'm not in close proximity to examine her, Jerry, and I can't get in there at the moment. I'm heading over to the Raptors to help Robbie.
Okay, I'll head over soon.
Thanks, Jerry.
No problem. Good luck at dinner.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
I'm a stegosaurus. Train. ASSDF, the movie. Love it.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh. We'll pause it right here for ad break. So, paused for ads. I don't know why I did that in capitals, but I did. But yeah, so I love this. This is a fantastic series. Like, I love it. I can go into so much detail. I'm like, okay, like I can explain a lot of stuff. Such good. I mean, also again with the ads, I can talk about. I'm working diligently on the rebrand. Again, still staying Raptor. It's just, I guess, the remodeling, new design, like all that stuff. I'm working on new music. Like the amount of stuff that I'm working on. So new model design, new emotes, new I don't know what do you call it? Like the down below, like the channel icons, I think. Like new channel, I'll say new channel icons, new redeems, new, like so much stuff. But also, welcome back, everybody, and here we go. Here we go. There we go.
Muldoon, Game Warden, Velociraptor Containment, Isla Nublar. It's the evening of September 9th. I'm documenting the raptor feeding protocol. It started raining, but after a long conversation with John, I have finally been granted permission to perform the procedure at night. Took a bit of back and forth on some last user exchange. He called me alarmist. I called him a mad scientist, but at the end of the day, no hard feelings either way. I think this will help with raptor aggression.
There go cow.
I have Robbie Hadira with me, and he's got tonight's dinner ready.
Her name's Mildred.
Robbie has been warned that naming the food items for the carnivores on this island is an exceptionally bad idea, as it psychologically creates an attachment with the animal, and then you're forced to watch their final moments of life at the hands of the velociraptors. Robbie and I are now standing back within the buffer enclosure, and in the feeder, we've left Bessie.
Mildred.
We've left the poor soul. Once the prey is in the feeder,
This is gonna be
the handler
gory.
will
I can
exit
tell.
the
This is
buffer.
gonna be amazingly
Bye,
gory.
Mildred. So sad.
Oh, it'll definitely be a sad farewell soon, Robbie. Now, I want to make note here in particular. It is definitely unusual that the raptor pack has not approached the feeder yet. They are normally pacing about, studying their new prey item eagerly. But then again, this is the very first time we're doing this at night, so they may not be aware of what's happening entirely. I'm going to turn this off and watch for the raptors before proceeding out the buffer and locking both gates. Like I said, they are normally quite excited at this point, attacking the fences. So this is a little odd, I must say. The feeder doors have been opened, yet still no sign of the raptor pack. Bessie's unknownly wandered
Those are
out
huge
in the
gaps.
enclosure.
Poor
Right.
Mildred.
We might as well call her dead meat at this point. Robbie and I are watching the hunt from the perimeter. I have to add, this is the longest the raptors have taken to respond
What do
to
you mean
prey
half your
in their
nuggets were
enclosure.
non-existent? What do you mean half your nuggets were non-existent?
Where are they?
Like, did you get like an empty box?
Ah,
Oh, there they
I
are.
see Storm and her sister. And there's the big one. She's going to make the first strike. What the?
Another raptor?
Robbie, run to the Jeep and radio Arnold.
Yep.
What? No, 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 no. Where did you go? No, damn. Arnold, you've got some explaining to do.
Robert, calm down.
Oh,
There's
it's gonna be
probably
like the
some
book.
Sort of misunderstanding.
It's
Run
gonna be
the
like the
count
book. Oh.
right now.
I am. One moment. The computer is analyzing. Okay, done. Total animals expected, 238.
It's the book part.
Total
Oh,
animals
oh, I love
found,
it. Oh, I love it. And yes, I squeaked. I'm
238.
sorry.
Everything's accounted for.
Give me the raptor numbers, Ray.
I can't believe I
Velociraptor,
squeaked.
total
I
number
squeaked.
expected, 4. Total number found, 4.
How can that be, Ray? We have 3 velociraptors.
Well, Wu did approve the transfer of one juvenile from the nursery to the enclosure recently, so that makes 4 Muldoon.
He what?
Oh,
One,
jeez.
why the hell would he not inform me about that approval?
Muldoon.
And 2, does he even realize that we tranked 3 raptors before entering the enclosure? I had Robbie and Tony in there. And you're telling me there was a 4th animal in there with us?
Muldoon, calm
Jesus,
down.
Don't
that's...
tell me to calm down. Do you understand that this could have gone incredibly bad?
The new addition was young, only 8 months old. Wu wanted her to begin to integrate into the pack.
They're lethal at 8 months, Ray, and I do mean lethal. And secondly, that was no juvenile. That was an adult.
That's... the fact is like, oh yeah, no, there was a 4th adult just in
Last
the
night was
paddock.
basically a big heated screaming match. I wanted to put Wu in a chokehold. Christ, the nerve of him to think he can make such decisions without consulting me. I've told Hammond multiple times that the ones that hide indoors behind their computer screens need to keep the people who actually venture out into the park in the loop. Especially with something so non-brainer like introducing a new animal into an
footage horror.
enclosure.
Jurassic
Double,
Park horror.
especially if we need to enter said enclosure. Christ, power has gotten to his head, that Wu. Such a brazen lack of accountability. Anyway, I don't want to make these logs about my rants. So I'm out here at the raptor enclosure this morning. I wanted to capture this new juvenile with the others. I don't care what Ray Arnold and Henry Wu said. I know what I saw. Robbie saw it too. Good thing I caught it on camera, albeit for a few seconds. That thing was an adult, and I'll die on that hill. An 8-month-old wouldn't be more than 2 feet tall. Meanwhile, I wanted to showcase this particular behavior. Here's our 3 girls. I expected them to be sleeping. I'm very interested to see this. Notice how they are resting. I've seen a similar thing in chimpanzees in Nairobi, where a family group will rest in a somewhat flexibly organized formation. The raptors here always settle into a rigid arrangement. It's always like this, with the big one in the center and the others by her sides, adopting a more defensive stance at the perimeter. Almost a military formation.
The big one was about almost
Granted,
7
I should have
feet.
documented this when there were more than 3 raptors present. That would have illustrated my point more definitively. One other thing to note is they always face the same direction when in this formation. It still puzzles me why. They roughly face northeast, always like that. One last observation. I don't see this
so much
so-called
information
new
for the
juvenile
books.
from last night. I've been here since sunrise and nothing. I've tried to look back through the surveillance camera and motion sensor data from last night. I could not see anything.
Like my
It was
dear,
raining
oh my
torrents,
god.
so I couldn't get anywhere near it last night.
And what did you hear exactly?
I couldn't be sure over the sound of the rain and thunder, but they were all bellowing loudly. And you know Martha and the gang, they're normally pretty silent, so I decided that it was too dangerous to head over in the storm.
Okay. Well, I've arrived. I'll have a look.
I'd be down there myself, Muldoon, but John's asked for a full write-up about the stegosaur from yesterday.
What happened with her?
She's dead.
She's dead.
Yeah, and the others were far away from her on the other side of their paddock. When I got inside, I saw little bite marks all over her underside, like something had tried to eat her.
Compies.
Most likely. But could have been anything. There's rats and a bunch of small carnivorous animals all over the island.
Yes, well, I don't see anything out of the ordinary, Jerry.
Okay, then they were probably just rowdy last night during the storm.
Oh, wow.
What is it?
You won't believe this, Jerry. She's fallen into the moat.
What?
Let me get a closer look.
Oh, we got an Anki now. Got an Anki.
Is that her here?
No, that's someone else. It's Martha.
She must
We
be
are
upset.
experiencing technical difficulties. Please stay tuned.
Are we all clear? Okay, we're all clear.
No, not the technical
right,
difficulty.
hit the red button.
Try to get around.
No, not that button!
I think
Yeah,
that
Jerry, I think the fall has killed her. She seems pretty busted. I can see what looks like a broken forelimb.
Damn it. The Euplocephalus never approached the moats. That's so strange.
How did this happen, buddy?
I don't know.
No, I'm talking to Martha.
Get her to give you a full statement, okay?
Something must have spooked her, maybe.
Hey, Pyro.
During
How you
the thunder
doing?
last night.
We're watching
I'm
some
going to need
found
a crane
footage.
out here ASAP, Jerry.
Yeah, will do.
Ay, ay, ay.
How is Kingdom Hearts?
They're usually pretty
Tell
good
me
about
all
staying
about
away
it.
from the moats. They don't even like to step off 1-foot boulders.
I'm in the moat. Is someone coming down with a crane, Jerry?
Yeah, I've called them. They won't be long.
Okay, good. Did you figure out the stego's cause of death?
I took a blood sample and ran toxicology. She had raised liver enzymes, and the test came back positive for meliotoxin.
Damn, what a way to go.
Yeah, it's
that would be compies. That would be compies.
This
They
Anki
they
is
do have
definitely
neurotoxin.
dead. For something of this thing's weight, it's quite a fall to sustain. She's not breathing. I assume died on impact.
Man, these dinos are having it rough.
Now
Ain't
you
too long,
stand
huh?
back,
Hey, it was a
please.
good stream, probably.
We don't want you in here as well, Martha.
She's upset, isn't she?
She's peering down into the moat.
The Euplocephalus have formed a tight-knit little group, so it must be a bit of a blow to see her friend in the moat.
I can imagine. Poor gal.
How did
We're
it
down
get?
to 15 Ankies.
Quiet, Jerry.
Oh,
No, I mean, I hear something.
what do you hear?
I think I hear something in... No. It's coming from here.
What is it?
One moment, Jerry. Something's down here.
4.5 hour stream. Ooh.
God, don't tell me a
Do I
second
had
Ankie's
anyone to
fallen into
chat
the
with?
moat.
One
I mean,
moment.
it is Tuesday. The next stream will be better. I probably promise you that. All these dinos are dying from velocities and compies. Maybe. Well, I mean, the trike that shows up in the movie had
Jerry, are any of the Yankees small enough to fit in the drainage pipe?
They're all
was
about
suffering
the same
from
size,
basically
Muldoon.
plant
Why?
plant toxicity
I think there's something in there.
because he was eating
Could
poisonous
be
berries.
anything. A rat, possum, a snake, anything.
No. Sounds bigger.
Flashlight maybe? Flashlight and gun? Well, there's gun. Is this on YouTube? Yes, it's on YouTube. It's called the Muldoon Logs. Okay, there's flashlight. Well, we know that Muldoon survives to 1993, but I mean... Why would you look away from the hole? Why would you look away from the fucking hole? Jump scare coming in, probably. Yes, that is a Spaz 12. I want one. I want one, just so I can have it mounted in my Jeep. For when I do conventions and stuff.
Muldoon, are you okay?
Yeah, Jerry.
I'm
yeah.
gonna allow that.
False alarm.
There you go.
I'll be waiting for the crane.
That made me jump. That
Euplocephalus
hurt.
is built like a tank.
That hurt.
9
Ow.
tons
My
of armored
chest.
stubbornness. Lucky that crane
Oh.
is rated for 12 tons. Otherwise, that heavy girl would drag
Why
the
would you look
gantry
away from
right
the hole?
in there with it.
Exactly.
Toughest hide in the park. The armor that kept the Euplocephalus alive is what did her in today. Sorry for your loss, Martha.
Nobody likes
Poor
seeing
girl.
the dead Euphocephalus.
Built to survive predators, but not to fall like that.
Well, it's food for the Rex. Or the Raptors. Or the Herrerasaurus. Or the Dilophosaurus. They would probably,
I found the footage from last night to show very
up, please,
uncharacteristic
hello.
behavior from the ankylosaur from the moat incident.
most likely, yeah,
She
dissect
seemed
to find
agitated or spooked.
kind of like any sort of things like,
And then I saw
like
her approach
pathology.
the moat. Highly defensive, she swings her club at what I assume was an attacker. I
then,
scrubbed
yeah, they
through all
feed
the
it to the
surveillance
animals.
footage of the Euoplocephalus enclosure, but I couldn't find what she was reacting to. One wrong step later and she slips into the moat, her own weight crushing her on impact.
Oof.
That was an arduous ordeal down at the moat. Right then, I'm out here in carnivore country for an evening perimeter check.
Rex. So
On
why
the
she
Rex
died? She
paddock.
fell and
Hammond
crushed
insists these
herself.
recordings, quote, boost
Time for you to
visitor
hit the hay.
confidence.
Okay, thank you for hanging out.
Personally,
Thank
I'd
you for
settle
being
for
here.
proper staffing, but
You
here
sleep
we are.
well. I'll talk to you
There's some
tomorrow.
light rain
Have a good
coming down,
night.
so I'm always a little hesitant about mixing electronics with water. I'm down at the main road. They've been digging for the past few days. They want to expand this whole section, and then the crew will bury tracks in the ground for electric tour vehicles to run on.
Dealing with
Now,
the Rex.
all zoos and wildlife preserves know that electrical fences are prone to sagging, especially along the upper grid. That topmost wire's flickering from the rain. Not failure yet, but enough to make me uneasy. And with an animal this size, uneasy is one step from dead. Ah, I think she's here. Let me try and explain to you what it feels like to be close to a tyrannosaur. She sounds like weight, not wind. When a Rex moves, you don't hear quick steps. You hear mass settling, soil adjusting. The air is shifting, electric and exhilarating. It's a different sort of presence, harder to explain. You need to be here in the moment.
Those are some good
She's keeping
descriptive
close to the
words.
perimeter and moving very slowly. That's normal this time of night.
I wouldn't call it canon because it's a
prefers
mix
stillness
of the
at dusk,
movie and the novel.
But she seems a little restless tonight.
I could say it's for my
Her hunting patterns have
lore,
shifted
my
since the
version.
last storm,
I could say it's
think.
canon to me, in a way. Oh yeah, no, I would like if an IRL Jurassic Park or Jurassic World opened up with real dinosaurs, I would fucking work there. I would work there in a fucking heartbeat. Even if I get eaten by, like, in all honesty, like, if I were to work at,
Not a roar,
like a
more
Jurassic Park.
Confirmation. She's testing her voice, gauging distance. Big predators don't waste energy unless they're calculating something. And she's clever. Far more than the board wants to admit. I can hear her moving.
Why wouldn't
Toes
I?
splayed, maybe a little deeper on the left. Limping slightly, could be an injury, or just the terrain. But a wounded apex is the worst kind, much less predictable. The sounds of the other animals in the park
Don't
must
know
be
what you're
igniting
talking
her
about.
hunting instinct and making her restless. If
Yeah,
that
but
top
then
wire
on
drops
my
during another
epitaph,
storm, even for a
because my
moment,
body
she'll
wouldn't be
know.
underneath it, so epitaph
Animals don't
would
need voltage
say,
meters, they feel micro
eaten
vibrations.
by a dinosaur.
She'd sense the lull and approach it, no hesitation.
How badass would that
I'll
be
log
to
a
have on an
maintenance
epitaph?
request, replace the midsection coils,
by a
reinforce the
dinosaur.
coastline, and, most importantly, notify staff that the Rex is exhibiting territorial agitation. Whether anyone listens remains to be seen.
Ow. And I mean, like, literally, I would be
She's
a,
pacing me along the
like a
fence,
park ranger
staying
or a
parallel with
paramedic
me.
out on the island, so
Hard
I'd
to
actually be
see
dealing
her,
with this
range
shit.
masking her body signature, and she knows how
Worst
to
ways
use cover.
to go out. Like, yeah.
She's a patient gal.
I'd rather be eaten by a dinosaur like a T-Rex than drowned. At least with a T-Rex, it's like, oh, it hurts for like maybe a minute, and then I'd just be gone. whereas drowning can take up to like 20 minutes. I'd rather have the quicker death by being eaten. Rexy, our queen.
The feed's been
I mean, and to be
since
honest, like if
early
I were to work
afternoon.
out there, I'd end up working like the hot dog stand
And
or
there's
like the
big
gift shop.
girl. Now notice, she's definitely queen of the island, but an apex will never risk
Cow.
engaging with any
Look
prey
behind the cow.
unless they are comfortable in the knowledge that they will attain said prey without being injured. An injury for an apex predator means possible starvation, depending on the extent of the injury, of course.
Yeah, there's
That's
probably
why
goats too,
African
but I
lions
mean,
will
like,
pursue a young
this is
wildebeest or an
1991,
injured
2 years.
impala instead of risking a healthy adult gouging them to death. There's a lot of calculation that goes into deciding prey items, and the Rex won't approach the cow until she's decided that it's safe to do so. Oh. Well, look who it
it's
is.
the juvie.
This is the juvenile tyrannosaur.
Just like the
Almost
book.
2 years of age, she was brought here several months ago. Understood. The lab wanted... And there they go, crashing through the jungle like nobody's business. The adult is fiercely territorial and will not stand to have the juvenile encroach on her prey. Chief Veterinarian Jerry Harding's daughter is an experienced field biologist, and she was called in to assess the Rexes before it was decided that the two share this enclosure. She was adamant that, contrary to common assumption, Rexes are attentive and protective parents.
Yeah, of their
I,
own
however,
offspring.
do not think that extends to an adult Rex adopting a foreign juvenile. Unfortunately, I don't see any way these two can coexist in the same enclosure. But they are the rock star attraction here, so it should go without saying that the needs of the animals once again take a back seat to making profits.
No, actually, no. The sounds
Anyway, I need
are
to head back
screen
before the storm
accurate,
gets worse.
and yeah, the depiction is literally like if Rexy had the like the infant herself, or they gave her the egg sort of thing, then she would have actually been
Tell me
nurturing
the
of it.
exact number.
But
E/08.
Yeah, I'm on the east perimeter now. Is it freestanding or mounted in a tree
Whereas-
somewhere?
I'm not sure, Muldoon. I think it's in a tree.
I mean, yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Nothing here is accurate
No,
to
it's
science.
freestanding. Well, it was. Your motion sensor is now being flattened by a 20-ton sauropod.
Oh, man.
All right, let me check this out. I'll call you back.
Thanks, Muldoon.
Yeah, like it's Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park has quite a sophisticated
Nothing here
surveillance
is
system,
historically or
incorporating image
paleontologically correct.
recognition and
Nothing
motion
here is.
sensors. That's how the total animal tallies are calculated. This is one of the motion sensors. Arnold immediately received an alert in the control room that one had gone offline. He radioed the maintenance crew, but they seemed to be held up at the main road. So I've come here to see what happened to the sensor. Clearly, this big girl has decided to lay right on one.
I think she's just asleep.
The issue with the cams and the sensors is there needs to be
Eating a
many of
cookie.
them to cover the expansive land area of each of the enclosures. And some are huge enclosures. But you don't want to litter them every few yards throughout the paddocks. That will cause them to be damaged by the animals' movements, and also take away from the intended natural aesthetic of the paddocks. So when you erect them on legs and plant them in an enclosure where you have 20-ton foot traffic, you get things like this. Normally I'd have Harding come see her, but my role here is to triage the concern. actually discover if there is a need for a vet. All right, an apatosaur's down on its side. First order of business. Confirm whether it's injured or simply resting. Animals that size don't lie prone unless there's cause. For animals that size, lying
Not
down
technically
could cause
prone.
pressure on internal organs. Sudden pressure on the lungs from this posture can be dangerous. I'm watching the rise of the rib cage, slow but steady. Breathing appears normal.
It's not prone, though.
I'll approach from the front, where I'm in its line of sight. I'm looking for signs of trauma or dehydration. Scanning the flank now. No abrasions, no swelling, no indication of a fall. The soil's undisturbed around her, suggesting she settled here intentionally, and not from a fall, which is a relief. Skin tone is normal. All signs point to a relaxed, healthy animal.
It's laying
Apatosaurs
bilaterally.
will sometimes lie on their sides to relieve limb pressure or to doze during the hotter hours of the day. Not common, but not dangerous when the ground is level and the animal's in good condition. Apatosaurs are robust animals. Or once they're grounded, it becomes a race against their own weight.
Kinda.
The longer a sauropod stays on its side, the more strain builds on the heart and lungs. In this case, nothing to worry about. I'll keep a short watch and log the behavior for the vet team, but the animal's fine. Just taking advantage of a quiet moment in the enclosure. And I'll check on them tomorrow, Robbie.
Yep. Hey, your girl's awake.
And here we go. Good morning, madam. Slept in, have you? She's freed the motion sensor, Arnold.
Okay, perfect. I'm
Yeah,
going to
pretty
reboot
much.
that one.
A patty.
Hold on to your butts.
Man, they're so majestic.
Imagine what our world was like 100 million years ago.
Oh, Bracky. Or
Muldoon, it worked.
adult bat a patty?
Just plant it back into the soil and we're good.
Okay, Robbie, get it done.
Now that's a way to spend your lunch break. What you doing? Hanging out with the T-Rex? No, what are you doing? Hanging out with the T-Rex. Miscalling them Brontosaurus. Yeah, but Brontosaurus doesn't actually exist. It's Bracky. Also kind of terrifying, but it's just like, if I were there, it's just like, cell phone, take photo. Or turn my back, at least have one person, and then take a selfie with the T-Rex. Yeah, hanging with the T-Rex, such a move, like the aura of that. It's just like, what are you doing, having lunch with the T-Rex? Oh, this guy's gonna do something dumb. This guy's gonna do something dumb. That's the adult. That's Rexy. That is our queen. The juvie is like half her size. Oh, this guy's so getting eaten. This guy's getting so fucking eaten. Shush, nerd. Listen. Corporate like to have a word with you, Marin? Corporate can suck it. They ain't taking me off the island. They fucking made me. What are they gonna? They can't fire me. They can't fire me. Having like a half girl, half velociraptor walk in the streets of downtown like Toronto or New York. Yeah, they're not gonna let that fucking happen. So yeah, they can suck my nards. Oh! Oh, ads. Shit. Okay, we'll go back. There you go. We'll go back to here. We'll go back to here, then you guys can, like, watch that. Just like... But yeah, no. Corporate can suck my fucking nards. They're not gonna fire me. They can't fire me. They can't fire me. I'm a liability if I get out into the public. The music, right? Well, so 23 seconds, and then yeah, we'll start it back up again. I did not realize that there was ads happening. I'm sorry. The ads do kind of. I mean, the pennies, the little bit of pennies that I get does kind of help keep the lights on. And a couple of months, I think you guys, so much finishing up now. Okay, let me know. Are you guys back? Are you guys back? Also, that guy's a dingus. Alrighty. And I returned from the Jeff Gold. You had a Jeff Goldblum ad? Oh, that's perfect. That's actually kind of thematic, because we're watching Jurassic Park stuff and they keep saying Jurassic Park and raptors and so they had Jeff Goldblum. Nice. Life finds a way. Icky apartment ad. Ooh. Have you seen the home footage of the San Diego Rex? There's found footage of the San Diego? I know somebody recreated the deleted scene of John Arnold's death, or Sam Jackson's death. And they recreated that, and I want to... Oh, please, yes, please. This guy got Tyrannosaurus wrecked. No, I am not leaving. That's a good fucking joke. Why the hell did my brain suddenly go to some sort of harmonized dinosaur harem anime? I'd watch that. I'd fucking watch that.
And they're devastated. He was airlifted to Bahia Anasco, but Regis pronounced him dead before they could bring a stretcher over to the Rex paddock. 10,000 volts will drop a bull elephant, and it damn near cooked him where he stood. The current hit him square through the back of the neck and head, burned straight through the helmet, and left deep char marks, his muscles locked tight as a steel rod. I saw the entry burns plain as day. His body was smoking even after I arrived on scene, and that was a good 10 minutes later. One tug from that animal and he was yanked straight into the live wires. With the fence at full charge, the current went through him instantly.
The big question is,
stopped his heart.
what would be
there wasn't a second of struggle after the jolt hit. Clean, immediate, a damned waste. But that's the truth of it. Around these paddocks, the animals aren't the only danger. The fences will finish the job just as quickly. How many times do I have to say it? Around these fences, one mistake is all it takes.
My brain is now going
I'm of two minds of this incident. Of course, that was a fellow human being with thoughts and aspirations, and I send my deepest condolences to his family. Yet clearly Gonzalez was lost in conversation with his friend. He's back to the paddock. He didn't even see his attacker. You can't turn your back on a predator, ever. They sense it as a weakness, as an opportunity to strike. But that juvenile Rex is something else. She must be learning a thing or two about the fences from the raptors. And speaking of the raptors, we're due to transport them over to this pen any day now.
Gotta pause for a second. Okay, and the whole thing is as you said, the humanized dinosaur harem anime. My brain was the Dino Tuber community. Imagine if I had the money, or if we could get enough money together to do a 10-minute anime intro thing of all as many Dino Tubers as possible. Think about how cool that would be. Because it's like you have like all the different types of groups. And it's just like, well, there's like off the hop right now. It's like, okay, well, like you have the Rap Pack, which is Jazz Rosie, Kira, and myself. There's four Raptor girlies right there. And you got like the artistic ones, which are I'll allow that. Like the artistic ones, which are like Jazz and Rosie. You have the Gyaru, which is Raptor Magpie too. I forgot. Yes, Raptor Magpie. But then you have the Gyaru, which is like Kira. Then you have like the snarky one, which is me. Especially with my new design when it's coming up. You have like the book nerds or like Para, like Pocket. You have like all this. Like you have like the dudes. Like the dude group, which again, like Pyro, you have Gjarl, you have like all that would be such a cool idea. Or even if it's just like a photo. Okay, time for you to win the Powerball. Yeah, I know you can't win it if you're not in it. Sounds like a lot of fun. Even if it were just like a photo, even if it was like just like a school photo, oh, that would be so fucking cool. If I had the money.
I asked Hammond yesterday as to why we're bringing them over here anyway. His answer infuriated me. He said, and I quote, "It's classified." I had a good go at him after that. I'm sensing the scientists know something I don't about the raptors.
The fuck
Don't
you
get
mean
me wrong,
classified?
If this pen increases safety, I'm all for it, which is why I'm out here tonight. The crew told me that the horticulture is finished and they wanted me to sign off on its completion. I can already see a problem, however. There's a lot of activity around here tonight. The rats and critters of the island are busy, I see. From a distance, it all looks tidy enough.
I don't think that was for
but
rats
up close,
or critters.
You can see the problem plain as day. These trees have branches that are sturdy enough to take a raptor's weight. Give them a few days to assess this pen and they'll be using those limbs like ladders. The service door in the ceiling may be 12 feet up, but that won't matter if they can climb most of the way up on their own. They're clever, and they'll exploit anything that gives them leverage. If we're bringing them in here, all the plant species that sprawl horizontal branches need to be removed entirely. Otherwise, we're giving them a ready-made escape route. Simple miscalculation. One that costs lives. Anyway, here we are. Quiet as ever out here, first thing you notice. This corner of the park might as well be a world of its own. No tour routes, no engines, no shouting. Just the wind cutting through the grass.
What the hell is this place?
Isolation has its advantages, and you can hear trouble long before it's on you. Makes the work cleaner, clearer. I come out here when I need to think. Control room is too loud, too many voices, too many opinions from people who've never had mud on their boots.
Don't think so.
This place is off limits to the scientists back in control. Not that any of them would be ballsy enough to trek out into the park on their own. They're brave behind glass and cameras. Out here's a different story. Hammond calls it secluded.
I mean,
call it
he
a
is
blessing.
the game warden.
Out
He's
here,
like
the park
second in
almost feels
command.
gentle. Almost.
In a sense.
Tranquil moments like these never last long, though.
It's like this is his house, I think. Oh,
Right then. A home away from home.
stay alert,
Modest little
stay
place,
armed,
but it
stay
does the job.
alive. Yes.
This outpost is my personal office. I share this space with Tony, our behavioral paleontologist. Sharp as they come, though he's got a knack for spreading papers everywhere. His time is spent between here and Site B. That's Tony's desk. Man's a genius, but he types like a woodpecker on caffeine. My cubicle's over here, nothing fancy. Field logs, radio, maps of the island, everything I need. That cabinet, tranks, flares, shotguns, tools you pray you won't need, but out here you're a fool if you don't keep them within arm's reach. There's the main stash in the garage, but I've also got supplies here. Place may be small, purpose-built, and it keeps the park at arm's length long enough for us to think. Not a bad perch for the start
there's
of the
something
day.
in the
Good
there's something
place
in
for
the
a proper
jungle.
drink too.
The old,
Away
you know,
from
it's
the shenanigans of
1991.
the
Those are
computer
like
scientists
high
up
end.
control. I enjoy the tropical nature of this island. Vastly different from the drier climate of Kenya, that's for sure. From here,
See,
you can see half
1991,
the
so they were
bloody
still
island.
basically on. Oh, this would have been Windows 1, like just after DOS.
The patasaurs are up, moving like the whole world's on their schedule. And that was proven yesterday. Look at the size of that girl. Magnificent creatures.
So maybe like a 200 megabyte hard drive on those things, maybe like a couple kilobyte, like maybe 60
I can even
kilobyte,
peer
65
into the T-Rex
kilobyte
paddock from here.
RAM. Ooh, 56K modems. Ooh, that dial-up sound.
Yikes. Didn't expect you to be so close. The adult's up, bathing in the lagoon. She sometimes gets sick if she drinks from that lagoon. Not sure why exactly. Wonder if she ever got to that cow. Sometimes we'll put a prey item in here and they survive for a few days, especially the goats. Because they're smaller, they can hide in all sorts of places the adult Rex can't get to. Which is why we're testing using cows to feed the Rexes. But perhaps whatever animal is dropped into there should be tied or something, so that we can monitor the feeding patterns more closely. And here's yesterday's villain, the juvenile. Thought she'd be keeping to the back after what happened. That business with the workmen. Ugly bit of misjudgment on everyone's part. She was, however, only being an animal, a predator. Didn't understand the fence would finish the job. Best not dwell on it. She gets the short end of things in there. The adult takes nearly every prey item we drop in. Massive, dominant, always first to the kill. She leaves this youngster to scrape by on whatever slips through the fence. Rats, possums, anything foolish enough to wander in after dark. Still, she's learning, watching. I think she's come across something for breakfast right now. What the? That's a raptor.
Robert, there's no question that's a juvenile raptor. The one that Wu approved to join the original 3.
Understood. No arguments there, Ray. My question is how the bloody hell did it end up in the mouth of a tyrannosaur?
I'm not entirely sure, Muldoon. Can you give me a minute?
I need answers,
Oh,
Ray.
we're starting to get something
and I'm
good.
going to give you those answers as soon as I search for what I need first.
Can you do me a favor, Ray? Can you run a total animal count for me?
Okay,
What?
no feather sequels.
Why?
Okay,
Just do it, please.
One moment. Total animals expected and found are the same. And before you ask, Velociraptor number expected, 3. Number found, 3. The computer has adjusted and accounted for the young raptor in the Rex paddock.
Marvelous. The computer can track home ranges too, yes?
The computer can give visual animal tracking data, yes.
Great. Show me where this young raptor was 24 hours ago.
Okay. Sorry, Muldoon, I'm getting some sort of error. It's saying no data available for the last 24 hours.
Try the 24 hours before that.
Yeah, that's odd. Same thing. Must be a bug in the code or something. I'm scheduling a visit from a computer systems analyst in a few days because sometimes the computer shows some anomalies that are impossible. So we're still working on refining.
Can the computer tell me when the raptor count went from 4 to 3?
Yes. It says September 1st.
September 1st? That's when she was transferred to the enclosure. That doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't, Henry.
Yeah.
There's
Ooh.
definitely a coding issue with these
That's not about.
computers.
Okay,
You're
so
telling me.
Did
in the
manage
novel,
to pull up the home ranges
the whole
of
238
the raptors
animals.
on September 1st.
They
It
logged
says
it in
all
saying,
6
well,
raptors are present until about late afternoon. 6 become 5, and that's when Muldoon, you spotted one dead in the enclosure. Several hours later, the tally drops to 4. That's the raptor that got electrocuted. And then,
No, that's not right.
what do you mean?
The raptor that got electrocuted died on the night of September 2nd, not the 1st.
That's a discrepancy, obviously.
I agree, Wu, because the next day, September 2nd, the tally drops to 3.
I was under the impression that there were 3 raptors present by the evening of September 2nd, after the electrocution incident.
So what's the problem?
What's the problem? Let me list them for you, Henry, shall I? 1, you approved the transfer of a raptor to an enclosure without my knowledge,
Yeah.
potentially putting lives at risk. 2, there was a 4th raptor in the enclosure on September 9th. And 3, the young raptor in the Rex's jaws right now was supposed to have died on September 1st, according to the computer.
Muldoon.
Why has it taken 2 weeks for this issue to come to light? And it only has come to light because I witnessed it. Aren't the computers meant to alert you to changes in animal numbers? Unless the computer is correct, and the young raptor you transferred did in fact die on September 1st, and we're looking at an animal that is unaccounted for altogether.
What are you implying, Robert?
I don't know what I'm implying, to be honest.
So
Perhaps
in the
that
novel,
young raptor is
they're-
not the raptor you transferred.
What? So you're implying
Yeah.
that a group composed entirely of female animals will breed?
life
I don't
finds
have
a
answers for you,
way.
Henry. I only have questions.
There's no unauthorized breeding in Jurassic Park.
Yes, I understand that.
You want confirmation of that, Muldoon?
It wouldn't hurt.
Attain that young raptor before the Rex consumes it. I'll take a sample and prove to you that's one of ours.
Yeah, so in the novel, they state 238 animals. That's like a stated thing. And so they're like, well, we're supposed to have 238, so we set the maximum number that the computer will count to 238. And then all these things started happening, and Malcolm goes, increase the number to 350. And it goes 350 animals found. Then he increases it to like 380. And he goes, oh, how much? And he goes, you know what? Go as high. Say it's like 400 or 500. And it counts and counts and counts and counts and counts and goes. And it turns back an error. And it's like projected animals supposedly in the park. And they have like the number of like 500. Real total count of animals in the park is like 428 or some shit like that. So it proves that like all the animals are breeding in the novel. It's just that everything was going weird because they said it was like, well, it only counts up to this number and it won't count anything past that number.
Okay, Arnold, we've reached the transport gate at the north of the paddock, requesting clearance.
Yep. Hold on to your butts. The computer is locating the Rexes.
Robert Muldoon, Game Warden of Jurassic Park, Tyrannosaurus Rex Paddock, Isla Nublar, 14th of September, 1991.
What's in your mouth, buddy?
With me,
What's...
Robbie and Tony. Tony will be driving, or perhaps in this instance, dodging, and Robbie is responsible for reloading the needles and acting as an extra pair of eyes, which in here, you definitely need. Today's task is tranquilizing the juvenile Tyrannosaur. Arnold, how's it looking?
I've got visual confirmation of both. The adult is far in the south, but the juvenile is almost directly straight ahead of
What's
you.
in your mouth,
Understood.
buddy? What's in your mouth? It's like...
Clearance granted. After you enter, the gates will be locked behind you. You need to give control to Word before the gate will reopen on your exit.
Understood.
It's like the amount of steps
right.
trying to get
Eyes
anything
open
back
all
from
the
your dog
time.
after they put it in your mouth.
You're clear, Tony.
She's about 1 mile directly ahead of you, Muldoon.
Rightio. Tony, 12 o'clock.
Yep.
Keep her slow and steady.
She's right at the tree line, Muldoon.
Understood. We're in her living room now. Juvenile won't look like much, but don't let size fool you. Younger animals are faster, sloppier, and they bite first and think later. I want a clear
She
shot
got
to
the
the neck.
memo. I mean...
Tony, the moment I give the signal, slow the Jeep to
I
a roll.
like having
When I
fun.
make the shot, pull back, and then we wait. The good thing about the Tyrannosaurs is you don't have to go looking for them. In here, they'll come to you.
Half mile, Muldoon.
Eyes wide open, both of you. Arnold, update on the adult's location.
About 4 miles on your 2 o'clock. You're good.
Excellent.
I mean... Again, I'm starting
She's
to
moving, Muldoon. The
basically...
juvenile. She's at your 10.
Mind is in a
Expected.
dirty place right now.
He's just
Holy
left
shit. I
Tony.
mean, I was gonna make I don't know, only claws
That's it.
Quarter mile,
or
Muldoon.
only
Got it.
fangs. Oh,
There.
only scales account. There you go.
Good work, Robbie. Arnold, Robbie's made eyes on her.
I'll make an only
Keep
scales
yours
account.
on the adult.
We'll have some
Gotcha.
fun in the jungle.
She's making a dash. She's decided flight, not fight.
Fangs.
Probably because
There
she
you go.
wants to keep
Perfect.
that prize in her
Fire-
jaws for herself.
Perfect.
Tony, I want
Fangs
us parallel
leap.
with her,
Making
but give
fangs
her enough
leap.
distance.
I mean, it's on the
so
list.
she
It
can
is
come out
actually
from
on the
tree
list.
line.
So
I want her away from the trees. When she comes out, I'll take the shot. The last thing I want is for her to injure herself, go thrashing about out of fear and disorientation. Tiring her to a slow jog would be ideal. That way she can drop on the spot.
only feathers. There you go. Only feathers.
That's it. Keep some distance. She's definitely tiring.
That music. Also, the fact that I'm kind of covering up the rifle, it makes it good. Makes good censoring for the YouTubes.
Easy. Easy, Tony. Line me up with her neck, Tony. Boom!
Right in the neck.
Arnold, what's your reading on the adult?
She's far, Muldoon.
All right. Keep her on your screen and notify me if she moves.
I'm watching her.
Good. Tony, keep the Jeep running. I'd like to document the tranking. Stay sharp.
That
Your eyes
doesn't sound
constantly
far.
scanning. If you hear the ground shake or feel the Jeep rock, you know what to do.
Yep.
Now,
Giggity.
that girl really didn't want to get caught. But that's understandable, since she doesn't get much feed when the adult is around. So she must have felt very protective of her kill. But that raptor is mine now, and I know whose desk I'll be throwing it on, that's for sure. The juvenile tyrannosaur was tranquilized with a standard animal trank used in zoos worldwide, Moro
That's not
709,
enough.
designed to slow something big without stopping its heart. It works on the nervous system, and it takes a little moment to really bite. The launch is heavy, but the payload is heavy, and that's deliberate. One solid hit where the muscle's thick gives us a chance to end this without her charging the Jeep.
The fact that my chat's
Moro
getting
709
kinky.
is the difference between control
my.
and chaos. Moro 709 is measured for mass, not age, and juveniles metabolize quicker, which means the window's shorter. Here we've got an animal that has just completed a several-mile dash, so we've got adrenaline and other stimulant hormones coursing through its blood at the moment, hastening the drug's action. Animal dose is partly body weight and partly temperament. You shoot the same dose of 709 into an elephant, a hippo, and a rhino, you'll immobilize the elephant, so it just stands there like a statue. You'll slow down the hippo, so it gets kind of sleepy, but it keeps moving.
You're too close.
And the rhino will just get fighting mad. But on the other hand, you chase a rhino
close.
for more than 5 minutes in a car, and he'll drop dead from adrenaline shock. Strange combination of tough and delicate. Arnold, update.
She's still far.
Too
Good.
close. You're
You
too
know
close.
What, Ray?
You're too close.
While
I don't
she's
like this.
down, you should ask Harding to give her her quart of dental. Hasn't it been 4 months since the last?
Been
You've
mood
got a good
lately.
3-hour
Been
window.
wearing fishnets.
As long as
Am
the
I in
adult
trouble?
doesn't approach. Maybe have him check her muzzle for lacerations from the electric fence incident yesterday,
Egg.
too.
Good idea. I'll call him now.
Egg.
Okay, let me find this raptor.
Egg.
Here we are.
I'll check on you in
I
2 months.
don't really know what... It's a velociraptor, all right, and a young one, just as Arnold said. I just don't know how the Rex got to it. I don't get it. This wouldn't have happened if that damn Henry Wu wasn't making foolish decisions, like introducing new animals without discussing it with
about
the
it.
ground team first. Okay, let me think. Wu said that young raptor was introduced into the enclosure on September 1st. It's the 14th today.
Egg.
And this doesn't look like the decay and decomposition of something 2 weeks dead. In fact, it looks fresh. Wounds look fresh. I don't want to touch the thing, but I assume it's warm, either because rigor mortis hasn't set in yet, or because it was in the mouth of a panting tyrannosaur running several miles. Either way, I'm not convinced this thing has been dead for much longer than a couple of hours. And on top of that, a Rex is not going to eat fortnight-old roadkill. Yet the juvenile Rex is living off scraps and perpetually hungry, so I wouldn't put it past her. It just doesn't add up, and this enclosure is so large it'd take weeks to do a deep area sweep to look for any sort of answers.
Oh, I'm getting anxiety from this.
Much the same needs to be done with a raptor enclosure. Is there something we've missed? Something allowing the passage of a raptor from its enclosure into this enclosure? And if so...
Muldoon!
Christ, Arnold, is the adult approaching?
No, not that.
Then what?
Muldoon, the computer is showing there's a velociraptor near you.
No, you don't say.
Not that one. Damn it, there's one about 300 feet to your left.
What?
Oh, that...
Muldoon?
I'm here, Ray. Can you see it on the cams?
I can't see it, but the computer has recognized it as a raptor. But that's impossible, right?
Improbable, but never impossible. Robbie?
Yeah?
Get back in the Jeep.
You okay?
Go, now! Ray, give me a count of the raptors.
Yep. It says 4, Muldoon.
Explain that to me, Ray.
Either the computer is buggy, or it's counting the dead raptor.
Wu didn't release a whole pack of them into the Rex paddock without telling anyone again, did he?
Let me look into this. Give me a minute, Muldoon.
Oh, this is gonna be scary.
Ray?
I'm just looking at this, Muldoon.
What do you see? Because I see no raptor.
This is a little out of my depth. 1 minute.
How does the computer know it's a raptor?
Image recognition.
An image of a 6-foot-tall theropod.
Essentially.
Tell me how the computer distinguishes between the Hypsilophodons and the Othnielia. They're virtually identical from a physical standpoint.
Like I said, Muldoon, a little out of my depth. As chief engineer and computer systems manager, I'm overseeing power distribution, security systems, and automated controls. I'm not a programmer and systems architect. I don't create the software. Oh, wow.
What?
The raptor count is back to 3.
What the bloody hell is going on with your damn computers?
I'm just reporting to you what I see, Muldoon.
Gonna pause it right now, so then you guys can, because I don't want you guys missing anything as you go into ads. Oh, this is so good. I love this. This is such a good series. Like, it's supposed to be like cut up into like little mini, like, he's got crap computers, though it was the 90s, so yes, expected 100%. But again, like the whole thing of the novel is stating, oh, they're only counting up to a certain number, so the system isn't going like, ow, isn't like seeing anything overextending. Oh, this is such a good series. Yeah, so this is actually like a bunch of shorts, like a couple like 2 or 3 minute videos that the creator kind of compiled to like a full video, and this is only volume 1. This is only volume 1. It's 2.5 hours long. So we'll watch volume 1 today. And then I think next week, or maybe Friday, something, or maybe tomorrow, because tomorrow's a standard stream day. Yeah, volume 1. This is volume 1. It's so good. It is so fucking good. Excuse me. Yeah. And the guy's doing it all by himself. Like, I know the voices are AI. I know the voices are AI. I am not worried about that. Like, I'm not... AI when it comes to, like, voice work, like TTS and stuff, I don't care. I don't care, because it's not using enough... Go away, Jeff Goldblum. Life, finds a way. So... Okay, Inez, repeat what have you had to have my surprise suit? Oh. Oh. But oh, but yeah, it's such a good series. Yeah, the guy's doing this like all by himself. And I go, oh, it's so excited. It's so exciting. So exciting, so exciting. Well, we'll be back pretty soon. I'm gonna have another cookie. Have another cookie and have a little drink of my energy water. I gotta get more. It's a one-man job. Yep. Also, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, this is one guy doing all the animation, all the modeling, everything. It's one dude.
Is it possible that the computer has... Christ!
Muldoon?
Blasted monkey!
Are you okay?
What's happening with the raptor count, Ray?
Ray.
So a bug in the system, then?
I guess so, Muldoon.
Why did I get two Jeff Goldblum ads? Because
right.
Jeff Goldblum wants to see you.
Sorry, Muldoon. The computer showed me that there was...
I think the biggest problem with this park is how much faith everyone is placing in computers. Seeing things with my own eyes will always be better than relying
Yes,
on any
Muldoon is
computer.
correct.
You can't control everything, especially nature. There's just too many... Holy. Thanks for keeping your eye on the Rex, Ray.
Oh, You good, Muldoon?
Go.
Must go fast.
Run, bitch, run!
Put your foot down, Tony. You can't just stroll down the road, you know? Climbing failure of the mission. No raptor and left the juvenile sedated on the ground. Good thing we got the adult far away from her. I've said it how many times, that adult is fiercely territorial. And seeing our jeep in her enclosure must have infuriated
Senor
her.
Muldoon,
Yes?
I need you urgent at the Jungle River Cruise, please.
He fell in.
He fell in.
Si, senor.
Was he drinking?
No, senor. The animal hit him.
The animal hit him?
He scream, he no see, he shake, and then he stop.
Right.
Down there.
Oh. Oh, he did.
What's his name?
Manuel.
Manuel. Can you hear me?
He did. Also, we're getting Dillos now.
You said the animal hit him?
Si, senor.
Dillo!
It spit on him.
Dillo, 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 Dillo. Hey, I love the Dillos. My favorite of the Jurassic Park dinosaurs.
Have you had a chance to watch the footage, Jerry?
Yeah, I did, Muldoon.
What do you think? Have you seen anything like this before?
Not with the Dilos, no. What exactly did the foreman say to you he saw?
He said it spat at Manuel.
And Manuel was on the retaining wall?
Yes, we're talking some 50 feet up, Jerry.
Wow.
He said it spat something, hitting Manuel in the face. The man begins screaming, complaining he can't see. He said he stumbled blindly towards the barrier and fell over the wall into the enclosure.
Yikes, that's crazy.
He survives the fall, tries to stand, starts shaking,
Hey, Nero.
and then the foreman described
Welcome
him as
in.
not moving.
Can I get a shout
I
out for
sounded the
Nero,
horns.
please?
You know more than anyone how the Dilos are pretty
I mean, I might be able
responsive
to
to
do
the
it.
horns.
I can do it. I'm
And
not playing
Arnold
again.
told me all of them are in the holding pen now.
Where are they taking Manuel?
Probably Bahia and Nasco.
Okay. Where are you now?
I'm heading to the holding pen to see what I can find out, Jerry. To the rear of the river cruise is the Dilophosaurus holding pen. This pen is used to round the animals. Jerry Harding
There you go.
accidentally
Welcome in, my
discovered that the
friend.
Dilos are particularly responsive
You
to
had
the
fun
sound
playing
of
Pico
horns.
Park. Talk
So
about it a
horn
little bit. Talk
recordings
about
are
it.
blasted from speakers around the Dilo paddock that
It's
help
1/3 of
herd
the
the
way to
animals
being a-
into this holding
Too
pen.
bad he died. Yeah.
The pen is deliberately maintained several degrees cooler and at a lower light level than the surrounding paddocks because the Dilophosaurs carry a known genetic skin disorder, which leaves their skin unusually susceptible to ultraviolet exposure. Prolonged sunlight results in rapid sunburn, blistering, and possible secondary infection. For that reason, shade is paramount in their enclosure. You'll notice that within their enclosure is dense canopy cover. Artificial and controlled lighting cycles limiting UV exposure. The cooler, darker environment keeps the animals calmer, reduces pacing, and prevents visible skin damage. It's quite a small area, and there are 7 animals in here. The Dilophosaurs are painfully shy dinosaurs. InGen made 2 batches of them, and Henry Wu was quick to jump on the idea of having the most up-to-date recreation, and began work on sequencing the genome of Dilophosaurus sinensis, the newer of the Dilo species, fossils of which having been excavated as recently as the 80s. This species is smaller, and there's 4 of them in here. Hammond saw the 4 adults Henry had recreated, and wasn't too impressed. He insisted Henry genetically engineer the Dilophosaurus weatherilli, the larger of the 2. 3 of them were cloned, and both species live in this same enclosure here at Jurassic Park without issue.
That's a nice way of getting around the Dilo issue of the novel versus the book, like
so
the book
it's
versus
very
the
likely
movie.
that they are sleeping at the moment.
So, the Dilophosaurus in the movie is a tiny little squeaker with the death rattle, whereas in the novel, there's no death rattle frill. It doesn't have the frill in the novel, and it's taller. It's a good almost 10 feet tall in the novel, whereas the movie is like 4 feet. So it's a 6-foot difference. So I love that. The fact that they added that into this, that there's the 2 variants. Oh, the novel is fucking horrifying. Like the way that Nedry dies in the novel versus like in the movie, he's off-screened. Oh yeah, in terms of horror, book wins 100%. So in the movie, he's killed off-screen inside the Jeep. In the novel, he gets spat on, just like the movie, but then he's eviscerated, holds his own intestines, and then the Dilophosaur picks him up by his head, lifts him up, and then crushes it with its jaws. Where he literally is alive at that point and says he just wishes for death and for it to end. And that's how Nedry dies in the book. It's like,
here we
shit.
go. This is Dilosinensis, the smaller species. These guys are less prone to the sunburn skin issue.
Like, it's adorable.
Yet
Like,
I
it
have
really is
witnessed
adorable.
peeling
It's just,
between
it's
the
going to
crests
end you,
if they're
but it's
out
adorable.
of the shade for prolonged periods of time.
It's just a
These
sleepy
guys
little
grow
guy.
to about 4 foot tall and are mostly timid. Yet they start to become curious about you pretty quickly if you hang about them for a bit. However, they tend to be pretty quiet most of the time. Sorry, girl. Back to sleep.
He's just like, it's a cute little guy. Anyways, have to dip. Enjoy the rest of the files. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here, and I'll catch you on the next stream. Have a good night.
Hear that? If you didn't know there were Dilophosaurs here, you'd be forgiven in thinking that what you're hearing is the hooting of an owl. But it's no owl. That's the call of Dilophosaurus weatherilli. They actually creep me out. Like I said, they're the larger of the 2 species.
Welcome back.
But they're actually quite attentive to people. I would say the closest thing to them would probably be Australia's cassowary. But they are quite remarkable animals. They tend to deeply focus on their handlers and study them closely. And they have what I believe to be a very haunting characteristic. And I want to document such.
Are we staring at one?
She's right there. If I can just get her to step out.
Where is she? Oh shit, she's right there. Just to the right. Oh fuck, that's scary. Right there.
Shit!
Oh,
This
Jesus.
is why they creep me out. See this behavioral display? They seem to size up their opponent in an attempt to intimidate equally sized threats. As you can see, this girl is quite a bit larger than the sinensis species, the green ones. She stands at about 8 foot tall, which already gives a cassowary a run for its money. But this display would make anyone fear for their lives. The first time I encountered this animal was on orientation to the park, and it was nighttime. This thing nearly made me fire an entire round into my pants with that creepy sway and hooting it does. But it's absolutely a beautiful animal with that jaguar-like hide and those red crests atop its head. That's a chopper coming to collect Manuel from the Dilo enclosure. I'm waiting for them to airlift him out, and then I want to enter while these girls are still
There you go.
here.
There's the difference in
But by the
size
looks of
right
it,
there.
It'll be evening before Regis makes the call to allow any of us to re-enter the enclosure.
And the big one is the one that kills
He's the
Nedry
park's
in the
PR
book.
person, and what that means here is he needs to make sure any accident is promptly contained and no one asks questions.
Like, if that thing were to jump, it would jump right over that fence.
Dilophosaur enclosure proper.
Oh, hell no. Right?
This habitat is currently part of 2 major rides at the park, the electric vehicle tour and the jungle river cruise. The back end of this paddock leads up to the retaining wall that poor Manuel fell off. I've become so curious to see something that I thought I saw when I first peered down off the wall, and then later thought I spotted in the footage.
Like, get me out of that park. Like, I could work with raptors. I could work with the Rex. I could work
Here's
with
the retaining
I
wall.
don't want to work with the if I had to work with
And
any
here's where
species, I
Manuel
would not want to
landed.
work with the Dilos.
The poor soul's helmet is still in the water, and this is the interesting part that I wanted to take note of.
I couldn't work with the Dilos. The creep
This
they
black
have, like,
substance pooling around the
they're
helmet.
beautiful, like adorable, and
Let me
stuff.
take
It's
a
just,
closer
ugh,
look.
No, thank you. It's unnerving.
On the water here, I don't like thick, black, almost tar-like. Not natural runoff, not oil. It's viscous. It doesn't smell like anything I recognize.
Are you sure it isn't decomposed plant matter or resin? That enclosure's humid, plenty of biological breakdown. Don't touch your face, whatever you do. Does it feel warm? Any reaction on your skin?
Negative on the heat. It's cold, actually. But it's not sap. Sap doesn't coat like this. It's not like honey.
Dilophosaurs aren't known to excrete anything like that. Are there injuries on the Dilos? Any signs of illness?
That's the troubling part. I checked them after we herded them into the holding pen. Clean, alert, no visible trauma, no lethargy. Yet this substance is on some of the railings atop the wall Manuel fell from. I can easily understand slipping on something like this.
You're implying some kind of defensive secretion, Muldoon.
I'm moving in deeper, Jerry. I'll sweep the perimeter first, then work inward.
Do not enter until
If
wildlife's
there's
in
more of
holding
that
pen.
substance, it won't all be on bare rock.
Proceed slowly. Dense vegetation traps residue. Anything expelled with force will settle low once gravity takes over. Watch for patterns, not just accumulation. Smears and streaks, pooling at the base of stems. That's where behavior leaves its fingerprints.
Water's cloudy here. Silt and organic matter, but nothing stands out yet. No sheen on the surface, no discoloration. If this were waste runoff, I'd expect a gradient. There's nothing consistent.
That's why the lower vegetation matters, Robert. Fecal waste follows predictable patterns. It breaks down quickly in water, disperses evenly, clings loosely to plant matter. You'd see diffuse staining, microbial bloom, a smell, ammonia, sulfur compounds. It certainly wouldn't appear elevated unless carried by flood surge, and the Jungle River hasn't flooded to that scale.
So if it's concentrated under the brush...
Then it suggests deposition, not runoff.
I'm checking the bases now. Nothing, just rot, mud, and insect life. Normal decay. If this substance was here recently, it's not widespread. Whatever happened, it happened in a narrow corridor.
That narrows the event window. It means the worker didn't stumble into a contaminated area by chance. He intersected it. And if there's no residue beneath the vegetation elsewhere, then this isn't a chronic biological byproduct. It's episodic.
I don't like episodic animals, Jerry. Especially ones we think we understand. I'm coming up empty so far. No pooled residue in the low spots. Either it was cleaned by the rain or it was never meant to linger.
Or it was precise.
Jurassic Park is owned by an American company.
Mark my words, Jerry. There's more to the dilos than we know.
Yeah, Jurassic Park was.
I've reached drier ground now. No standing water. If that black substance was carried by runoff, it should thin out here.
We'd need to examine the cellular architecture under light microscopy. If it's fecal in origin, you'll see fragmented plant cells, microbial colonies. If it's secreted tissue, you'll find organized structures, glandular cells, protein matrices.
So you're looking for intent again, design versus waste.
Precisely. If it's a bodily secretion or there's an enzymatic agent involved, histology will show proteins, crystallized enzymes, or storage vesicles.
Let me run
fantasy,
something by you,
headcan fantasy?
Jerry.
Sure.
Is it possible that this substance is a kind of venom?
Oh.
Picture it like this. That substance behaving like a hunting aid. If it can be expelled accurately, it explains the splatter height and why a man lost his footing so fast. A blinding or incapacitating agent meant to immobilize a prey item without a prolonged struggle.
Venom as a projectile?
Yes, spitting cobra style.
That would require specialized anatomy, not something that appears accidentally. Fossil records never suggested it. But I will admit our animals are already diverged from expectation.
We sedate one and conduct exploratory surgery. Check the maxilla, the jawline, the neck. If there are glands, ducts, anything resembling a storage structure, people are getting hurt because we're assuming limits that may not exist.
Muldoon, you know John would kick up a stink about putting one under the knife for the sake of exploration.
True, but let's say he's on board and we confirm anything even close to the idea of these animals being venomous. Containment protocols must change immediately.
It was just added to Jurassic.
Open boats filled with people. If these animals
Same thing with the
project
frill. The
something
frill
outward,
is also just
distance
added.
and shielding become mandatory.
You all right, Muldoon?
Ah,
Yeah,
compies.
Jerry, compies.
Ah, the cleanup crew are there.
They're feeding on something, Jerry. Looks like hatchling birds. And Jerry, there's that same black substance.
Small prey wouldn't require physical restraint. This aligns far more with envenomation than blunt force predation.
If the Dilophosaurs did this, they didn't need to chase or climb. They let this substance do the work.
Venom used on prey implies a deliberate targeting behavior. Enough to kill birds, possibly enough to paralyze a man.
That means we're done pretending this is theoretical. Birds today, workers tomorrow, guests after that if we're careless. This confirms it for me. These animals are hunting, with more than teeth and claws, and the park is not designed for predators that hunt from a distance.
And watch yourself around the compies. Don't let them nip you.
This is one of
Yeah, the
7
compies are also
lookout points
poisonous.
along the length of the
They're
Jungle
venomous
River
too. They have a
throughout the park.
neurotoxin.
This one peers into the Dilophosaur enclosure specifically, but the others look out onto Sauropod Swamp to see the Apatosaurs and Hadrosaurs, etc., with the river eventually winding through the aviary. Still far from completion, but the general idea is guests can
But
join
yeah,
the river cruise at any
the
one
whole
of these
Venom thing
7
was
entry
added so
points,
then
board a raft and sail past several enclosures to get that up-close and personal experience
you
that
saw
Hammond
Cloaca,
wants for all
not
his
Pinor.
guests.
You saw Cloaca.
There's still a boarding ramp and jetty and things to add here, with the date of completion being somewhere before the end of next year. Yet, regarding the Dilos specifically, Hammond definitely won't be thrilled about the idea of having large segments of this ride change so drastically. He's always said that he doesn't want his guests to feel like they are watching animals in a zoo. Getting them close to the animals is something he won't budge on. He always says everyone in the world has a right to enjoy these animals. Enjoy being the key word, not just view them, but enjoy them. But with safety in mind, either some sort of glass barricade needs to be erected alongside the electric fences to prevent the Dilophosaurs from shooting guests in the face with what is potentially venom. Or the rafts used on the Jungle River ride need to be enclosed. Both options call for divorcing the park visitor from the attraction. And if I know Hammond, which I do very well, he won't want to explore either option.
Yeah,
I've
so
got some movement in there. One of the Dilos might be taking a swim, which is rare. They can swim, but all the workers here have never spotted one actually crossing water. So this might be a first.
Yeah, and I can't see shit either, by the way. Yeah, but the whole thing of like them spitting was...
No way.
Another fucking raptor.
Come
Hammond
on,
is an
Arnold.
idiot. Yeah, 100%.
Pick up, damn it, come on. That's definitely a raptor. I can't tell from here which one it is, though. Looks like the shape of Storm, her head movements, but I can't be sure. Absolutely an adult velociraptor. How did she get out? Damn it, where is Control when you need them? Arnold, come in. Arnold, are you there? Robbie, can you hear me?
Yeah, Muldoon?
Robbie, where's Arnold?
He's asleep. Why?
Asleep?
Yeah, it's 2 a.m., Muldoon.
Shit.
I doubt anyone's in the control room at this hour. What do you need?
I hear a class action lawsuit. I mean, it happened to Jurassic World.
I wouldn't know how to do that even if I got down there.
Can you meet me at the Jungle River between the Dilos and Sauropod Swamp?
Let me put something on.
It's left the water. And now that I've got a clearer view, I don't think that's Storm at all. I don't know who it is, to be honest. And I don't want to risk shooting and hitting the fence instead. That would create a massive issue. My best bet is to prevent it from leaving
Jurassic
my
World.
sight.
Because the whole thing
How
of
the
it, like
bloody
in between
hell did
Jurassic
it
World
escape?
and Fallen Kingdom, they talk about basically there was massive class action lawsuits because of all the people who got killed by the pterodons and the dimorphodons and all the Indominus and the raptors and like all that stuff. Yeah, but the entire reason why the Dilophosaurs spit was a way for the audience to tell the difference between the T-Rex, the Velociraptor, and the Dilophosaurus. That was the entire reason. It was the same thing why they added the frill, is because they thought people might mistake the Dilophosaurus for a small Velociraptor.
It's making a move, heading back down towards the water. I think, shit. There's really no way to get closer without entering the Dilophosaur enclosure.
Misrani Global went basically bankrupt, and then all their stuff went everywhere. It's basically the entire plot for Fallen Kingdom, and then thus forward.
No, she's back. Oh shit! Yeah, it's injured herself. No, just going to shake it off. Oh shit, I need to get closer, but I don't want to scare it off.
Ooh.
Damn it, you're not gonna get away from me. She's heading back to the water. I think I know a way to get downstream and intercept it. But that forces me to enter the Jungle River.
W for the common folk.
Was heading
Yeah, but then
towards
like a
north
lot of the
end
dinosaurs ended
enclosure.
up getting like
And there's
animal
only one way to
trafficked.
get there from here.
And then after Dominion, Biosyn ends up going bankrupt.
If my calculations are right, I think I know exactly where it will pop out from. And I can meet it right there. The trick is to not startle it and have it panic and take a different route, disappearing again. I'm not going to speed through here.
You know, the fact that like in the novels, like in the Jurassic Park universe, the Dilos can spit up to like 60 feet, I think, 60, 70 feet. Just insane. Yeah, the Atrociraptor, Alberta's raptor of choice. Oh, they're up in the fucking trees.
These guys have taken on a whole new level of creep factor. Now that I suspect they spit venom.
They're in the fucking trees. Oh, God. Yeah, no, that makes them more fucking creepy. The fact
how one escaped is beyond me.
They're in the goddamn trees.
This is the Jungle River Cruise Gate, which should follow through to the north of the Dilo enclosure. My best guess is that raptor should be close, assuming that it's racing in a fairly straight line. Enclosure needs a thorough combing to make sure. Shit! There it is. I'm of two minds about this right now. If I positively ID this as one of ours, and Control can track its movement,
I mean, for some people that's a kink.
Enclosure, then I'll be waiting for Robbie with the tranks. Won't be killing it. However, if this is the raptor from the evening of September 9th, yeah, that's not one of ours.
Shot it in the face.
Never seen this thing before. I don't even know what to say.
Tiger.
The markings are nothing like the current three. The composure is off. It's just... I don't understand how this can be. Where did you come from?
This is a JP2. This is a Lost World
all
Tiger.
8 raptors from the get-go here on Nubla. And I remember them very distinctly. What the hell have you done, Henry?
It's a tiger. Oh, cool. And another one?
Okay, that was definitely a raptor call.
Ew.
Or is my mind inventing things? Come on, Robert, think. You're at the junction between the Dilo enclosure and Sauropod Swamp.
Also,
There's
like,
some good
10 seconds
4 or
to
5
add,
miles
so I'll
between
pause
here
it.
and the raptors. Their calls don't travel that far, not like the Rexes, whose roars are more resonant.
So I'm just gonna pause it here as there's ads, so then you guys don't end up missing any of that. But yeah, you must be a regular to do this. There's always the VOD. You can always clip through the VOD. Also, I had the 2 hour, 1 minute mark. Just make a note of it. I want to clip the Rizzy brain fart. That's all the time, though. That's just all goddamn time. Clipping my goddamn. At least nobody clipped my honking, and I'm happy about that. Yes. Ads. Where are you at? Ads said it was going to happen. Hello, ads? Hello, ads. There we go. Oh, this is so good. This is such a good series. I'll find it at some point. No, I don't want anybody to hear. Oh, I mean, you watch the VOD, it's gonna be there. But no, this is a lot of fun, and I'm getting a lot of ideas too. Like, I like the personnel info up the top corner. I like that. I might take that. I know I do want to add in a at some point, especially if I'm going to be doing a lot more scary games, heart rate monitor. Get that going. That'd be fun to have that up in the corner. I got a lot of cool stuff. I like a lot of cool stuff. I have an idea. I'm not too sure if anybody can hear it. But I'll wait till after ad break. After ad break, then I'll talk about it. Also, welcome back, ad break people. Let me know if you can hear me. Type a 1 if you can hear me, because then I can continue on with the video as well as I can talk about some stuff. What the fuck, Twitch? Why are you giving me anti-gray hair ad? Ha ha ha. Well, at least it's not Jeff Goldblum. Perfect. So I have an idea for a TTS mascot, and I don't know what I should do. I got a couple ideas. And one of them is a radio.
Submerged.
Like, I have like the radio voice of like the two-way radio. You're gonna find that honk and clip it for later? No.
Oh, Christ. There's definitely something submerged. No, thank you.
I think that was a raptor that was swimming. Can raptors swim? Did they swim? Did raptors swim? I don't fucking know. I'll make it my ringtone? No. Oh, this would have been like a perfect spot to have the Spinosaurus ringtone as like a little Easter egg.
A little early even for you, Robert.
They
John,
swim now?
I'm calling
They
from the
swim
river.
now?
I'm alone out here, and I've got a body in the raft with me. Velociraptor. Fresh kill. And before you ask, no, it's not one of ours.
Robert, that's quite a way to begin a conversation at 3 a.m. Are you certain? We catalogue every animal on the island very carefully.
I
I'm
shot it
certain enough
myself.
to put a round through its head. Patterning's wrong, build's unfamiliar, and it was nowhere
There
near
it
the
is.
enclosure it should have been.
Animals wander. You know that better than anyone, Robert. How often are you finding the Othnielia wandering in the stegosaur paddock?
You're joking.
Isla Nubla isn't a museum display. It's a living system. Henry assures me.
With respect, John, Henry isn't the one walking into the jungle at night. Something's off. Between my sightings of a fourth raptor a week ago, the juvenile Rex finding a baby raptor, and now this, it feels like pieces moving without us authorizing them. Something nefarious at play, I dare say.
You sound tired, Robert. And understandably so. But nefarious is a very strong word. The park is built on redundancy and oversight. Henry Wu has every genome, every behavioral parameter well in hand.
That's precisely what worries me, but let me bring up a more concrete topic once again. The raptors being moved to the holding pen. I wasn't given a reason, and I'd like that reason. Raptors don't get relocated casually, John. They notice things like that.
There are adjustments enhancements planned, improvements. The current enclosure needs to be modified, and it's simpler to remove the animals entirely during the process.
Adjustments for what?
All right. Confidentially, and this does not leave this call, we're preparing a new batch. Next year, Isla Sorna. Refinements have been made. Temperament, visual appeal, some cosmetic considerations that will play better with the public.
You're making raptors friendlier.
Presentable, Robert. Awe-inspiring rather than alarming. Think of it as evolution with intention.
Raptors don't belong anywhere the public can see them, John. Not behind glass, not behind moats.
They should all be
Not
destroyed.
behind a chipper tour guide recording in a car.
Imagine it. Velociraptor Valley. A dedicated attraction. Elevated paths, reinforced barriers, controlled sightlines. People would come from all over the world.
People would die from all over the world. These animals test fences for sport. They probe. One failure, one oversight, and it's chaos. They should all be destroyed.
You're being an alarmist again, Robert.
I'm being experienced.
And I value that experience, Robert, truly. But the park cannot be run on fear.
Then let me give you another reason to be cautious. The Dilophosaurs. Harding and I believe they may be capable of projecting venom. We've found residue, secondary kills, patterns that don't align with any known waste or secretion.
Venom-spitting Dilophosaurs. You see why that sounds sensational?
No, I see why ignoring it would be convenient for InGen. We want authorization
Yeah,
for
they are
exploratory
yeah.
surgery. One animal, controlled environment, confirm it or rule it out.
Surgery introduces risk, Robert. Stress, infection, fallout, etc., etc. These animals are expensive, Robert.
Workers are more so.
I won't approve invasive procedures based on suspicion alone. Henry would also object strongly.
Henry isn't the one cataloging bodies.
That's enough. I hear your concerns. I truly
Fucking
do, Robert.
boomer.
And I will think about it.
Oh,
Now, get some rest.
And this dead raptor before me?
We're building something extraordinary here, Robert. Don't let the darkness of the jungle convince you otherwise.
The jungle doesn't convince me of anything, John. It just shows me what's already there. And that doesn't answer my question.
Deliver it to the East Dock in a container, and we'll use it for lab sampling on Site B. Good night, Robert.
Wow. I don't think you've understood the nature of my concern one bit, John.
I understand that you've had a rather action-packed adventure at night, and the adrenaline of the outing has caused you to be overly animated about your findings.
Oh, they're just workers. They're not
Make errors
people.
counting our animals. So I'm a mixture of saddened and relieved to say that you're the one that's made the error.
What?
Which I'm not blaming you, of course, Robert. You've had a long night and you're tired. So I strongly suggest getting some much-deserved rest. The park needs its game warden at his best.
Just arrived at the East Dock.
Yeah, people are dying on my
Thanks for that,
island from
Robbie.
dinosaur attacks. Oh, no, no,
What
no,
are
no.
you thinking?
I
It's
don't
everybody
think
else's
I am,
fault.
not properly anyway. There's too much going on in my mind to wrangle without sleep.
You've been up all night.
Robbie, Hammond didn't sound fazed by the fact
World's
that there was
best
a raptor
shit.
on the loose.
I want that mug.
He almost sounded like he was happy to have it killed and make it disappear.
You know, Hammond always dodging InGen's questions. He probably just wanted to keep it under wrap.
Absolutely a Hammond thing to do, but I almost feel slightly gaslit.
Victim
I've
blaming,
worked
100%.
with these animals since day one. There were 8 of them. I documented 5 deceased, and now there's one unaccounted for in the loading container with you. Is there something I'm missing, Robbie?
I was under the same impression as you, Muldoon. I haven't worked with the raptors as long as you have, but a quick cursory glance at the body, and even I could tell you that it physically looks different to the 3 in the enclosure. So I'm confused.
My thoughts exactly.
Easy. Easy does it. Yeah. And hold. Hold
Like,
it there.
what do you mean bad Rizzy? I want that mug because it's funny.
Easy.
Okay, Robbie, I'm going to hang out with my best friend for a bit, then head to sleep.
Okay. Have a good night. or a good morning at this point.
Thanks. Bye. Is this thing off? No, I don't care. Spared no expense.
Wait, is that right here? Oh my god, they got it. One got in. Oh my god. Oh no, oh no, oh jeez, oh jeez,
Ray, I need last night's river feed pulled up. South. I want to see what your system logged.
All right, but I'll say this up front, Muldoon. If it moved through the water, the system can't see it, because the movement of the water and the convection rising from the surface screws up the sensors. We're not just counting shapes here, Muldoon. Every animal has a distinct profile. Pattern recognition, movement signatures, it's not just eyes on a screen.
I want to see what the computer has to say about a certain animal from last night.
The computers don't count animals the way people do. They don't say, that's a raptor. They say, that's asset ID 307, exhibiting behavior within expected parameters.
That's
Each animal's tagged visually and behaviorally, like a fingerprint.
And if one doesn't match a fingerprint?
Then it's flagged as temporarily unknown. Environmental anomaly, false positive. The system assumes the roster is correct and filters anything that doesn't belong. Shadows, reflections, birds, overlapping heat signatures,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Movement.
So if there's an animal that shouldn't exist, the computer politely ignores it.
Until a human tells it not to. The tally is a closed loop, Muldoon. We start with a known number, and the system maintains that number unless instructed otherwise. These animals don't just pop into existence. Births are logged, deaths are logged, transfers are logged. The assumption is order. It doesn't look for what it's not told to expect. That's a waste of computational power. Raptors, for example, are counted because they already exist in the database. An unaccounted one has no label to attach to. It works 99% of the time.
And the remaining 1%?
That's why you're here instead of trusting the screen. Look, here's the river segment. What timestamp are you after?
Around 2 a.m.
Here's the Dilo enclosure. Here's you.
What's that?
It's a temporary label while the computer figures out what to classify something. What's in the raft with you?
So if something was cloned, or hatched, or moved without being entered...
Then it gets designated this label until it causes a cascade failure. Missing animal report. Look, Muldoon, computers are very good at enforcing assumptions. They're terrible at questioning them. That's still our job.
Then I want the assumption challenged. At this point, I'd rather see the truth than a clean spreadsheet. Can you rewind and follow that label to exactly the point when the computer first picks up on it?
Near this drainage pipe is the first sighting. It occurs a little before midnight. No digital footprint anywhere before that. Why do you ask?
Nothing, Arnold. It's been neutralized. I need to let this go.
Oh, 100%.
Good morning, Tony.
Morning, Muldoon.
It's not like you to be late for the boat at the East Dock. You didn't even close the lookout door on your way out.
I didn't? I could swear I did.
Door's wide open.
I guess I mustn't have then. Sorry, Muldoon.
No harm done, Tony. It's all right. Just don't want a rat or something coming shit in here.
Fair enough. Actually, I haven't seen a rat over there in ages.
Come to think of it, neither have I. I'll leave you to it, Tony.
Take care.
Bye.
And just leaves the door open anyways.
Ray, I'm not the greatest with tech. Can you see what's happened with my lapel cam?
It's out of storage, Robert. You've been recording continuously for hours. No overwrite permission, no compression. I'll offload all the footage. Congratulations, you've officially documented too much.
All right, call me when it's ready.
What pen is
Robert
this?
Muldoon, Game Warden. Inspection log for September 18, 1991. This is the Animal Handler's Corridor, adjacent to the Jungle River, in the Sauropod Swamp exhibit.
Oh. Getting EPO. If you need to sleep, go sleep. We have
These guys are normally always waiting eagerly for
a
staff.
little, like about 40 minutes left.
Here we go.
The parrots. Look at the parrots.
Beginning inspection of the Parasaurolophus and their enclosure. 3 subadults present, all accounted for, all crowded near the feeding gate, despite the paddock being otherwise open. That alone tells me more than any chart. Animals gather where patterns have rewarded them before. They're sleeping at the gate instead of grazing, calm but expectant. They are usually fed special supplemental tablets, huge tablets. The tablets provide the animals with the amino acid lysine as part of the lysine contingency. Our resident whiz kid Henry inserted a gene into their genetic makeup
I want pet.
that prevents all InGen's dinosaurs from manufacturing lysine. Therefore, they depend on receiving the amino acid exogenously from us, otherwise they'll go into a coma within 12 hours and expire. Since these animals are part of an ecology long vanished and have no predators in the contemporary world, this keeps a check on their growth. They have been genetically engineered to be unable to survive in the real world. They can only live here in Jurassic Park. Parasaurolophus has always been logged as compliant, low risk. I don't like that label. At this size, risk isn't about temperament. It's about mass and momentum. Each one of these animals could flatten a fence or a man without meaning to. When herbivores kill,
Except for
it's
the
usually
Velocities on
an
the
accident.
What about the Dilos?
Except your odd elephant, rhino, or
And the
hippo.
Rexes.
That doesn't make the outcome any better. They're resting flank to flank, smallest kept toward the center. That's herd behavior, not coincidence. Even in captivity, they maintain protective geometry. It tells me they still think in terms of threat vectors, even if nothing is immediately present. Their crests aren't active this morning, but they usually make low calls, sub-audible. You don't hear them so much as feel them through the ground. We record frequencies, but I'm not convinced we understand what's being said. These sounds travel farther than our fences. Through soil, through water, through rock. There's a strong possibility they're communicating beyond the enclosure, and we simply lack the instruments to interpret it properly. I've seen them do this before storms, particularly, before maintenance vehicles arrive, once before a containment alarm that hadn't yet triggered. They react first, our systems come online second. From a warden's perspective, that makes them early warning animals, living sensors. The troubling part is that they may be responding to things we don't yet recognize as threats.
Ah, the herbivores.
The enclosure itself is wide,
We
scenic,
need to have like
open by design,
maximum security on the herbivores.
excellent for visibility,
But we're gonna have a
poor
T-Rex
for
petting
control.
zoo.
If these 3 panic, there is no graceful failure. There is only a stampede. Fences are rated for pressure, not intent, and intent doesn't matter when several tons decide to move at once. I've noticed repeated contact points along the same sections of the perimeter, not ramming, not testing, just habitual presence, standing, leaning, listening. Animals map their world the way people do, through repetition. Given enough time, they learn exactly where the edges are. People like to think intelligence equals aggression. That's a comforting mistake. These animals remember handlers, feeding schedules, changes in routine. They recognize individuals. I've seen them track someone with their eyes long after that person has left their field of view. That kind of awareness doesn't disappear just because we label them gentle giants. There's an ethical problem here we don't like to discuss. These aren't decorations. They're thinking, sentient, social animals being asked to live as background scenery. When something intelligent realizes it's being observed, but not understood, it changes how it behaves.
You catch my drift.
Quietly, patiently. Her vocalizations are increasing now, still low, resonant. She's not distressed, but not idle either. This is social communication, coordination. These calls don't stop at the fence line, which raises an uncomfortable question. What else is listening? And whether those listeners associate these sounds with safety, food, or opportunity.
What? I just want to reach out and just boop at the snoot. Boop at the snoot.
Everything here appears normal, healthy animals, clean enclosure, no visible stress markers, and that is precisely when I pay the closest attention. In my experience, disaster doesn't announce itself. It waits until everyone is satisfied the system is working. Logging this as a routine inspection, though I don't believe in routine anymore. Animals are calm, feeding platform remains the focal point of attention, herd cohesion is strong, environmental sensitivity remains high, no immediate action required.
Once I get on Fangfleet, people can see my dynasty.
The plumbing on this island is not exactly complete. In the main park, moats and sewerage runoff have very primitive drainage setups at the moment. I can't shake the feeling that the drainage system is linked to that raptor's appearance in some form or another. But Hammond said to forget about that raptor, so that... I've just administered the lysine pills inside the feeder. 2 of them are taking the tablets now, Storm and her sister. They don't chew, they lick them. They don't hesitate once the scent is right. Meat is the only language they understand. And that's the problem. Lysine isn't food to them, it's an intrusion. We dress the tablets in fat and goat's blood and hope instinct does the rest. It usually does, provided we've made them hungry enough. And that's the part no one likes to hear. They don't get fed for 7 days prior. 7 days of nothing. No live prey, no goats, no cows, nothing. We let the hunger sharpen them until the smell of the tablets overrides their suspicion.
And that's the one thing that I don't understand is that
It's
they need it every 12 hours, but they're saying they don't feed them for like
a compromise born out of stubborn biology and our refusal to redesign the animal from the inside out. You can't reason with a predator that only eats what fights back. We've tried alternatives, injectables in prey animals, time-release capsules, aerolized supplements. They learn too quickly. The moment something feels wrong, they remember it. And all it takes is one bad experience and you've lost the method forever. These animals don't forgive patterns, they break them. I'm watching the 3rd one now, the big one. She hasn't moved in with the others. She's at the far end, just inside the tree line. She's still just watching, not distracted by the show, just observing. Sometimes she refuses the tablets outright, waits until the others are done, then sniffs about the perimeter. Hunger doesn't blind her the way it does the other pair. Could be dominance. Let the others expose themselves to a potential risk first. See if there's a consequence. Could be stress from hearing that fourth raptor's call the other night. We've been cycling the gates more often, running drills. They feel that. They feel everything. Or it could be something simpler. She's just not hungry enough. That worries me more than defiance.
Yeah.
She's thinner than last mealtime, but not weak. There's a difference. She's conserving energy, not losing it. Watching angles, listening. She's learned that feeding time is when people are closest, when routines are loud, when mistakes happen. If she doesn't take the tablet within 3 days, we'll have to isolate her. Separate administration. And that carries its own risks. But the lysine lasts about 2 weeks in the raptors. Every animal metabolizes at different rates, but if the big one doesn't take some lysine supplement in the next 72 hours, she could slip into a coma. This is why I keep pushing for alternatives. Transdermal delivery, implanted slow-release delivery, anything that doesn't rely on starving an intelligent animal into compliance. You can only corner a predator like this for so long before it starts planning around you. Hunger sharpens memory, doesn't dull it.
I don't even remember what the amino acid lysine.
The other two are finished now.
does.
Tablets swallowed.
I can't remember.
They're irritated, expecting more that isn't coming. The big one hasn't moved. Still watching.
Yeah,
still
but people want to
thinking.
see Rexes. People want to
If
see
this were the
raptors.
wild,
People want to
I'd
see
say
like
she's
the carnivores.
choosing the better moment. In here, it means she's ahead of us again.
Like, to be fair, the only issue that they have is the raptors. Like, Rexy is just living her life, like just doing what she does. It's just the raptors are assholes.
Seems like they've disobeyed her. Oh, Christ! I know I said I'm done with following this up, but there's one more large drain that I just remembered, and I can access it without entering any enclosure.
Nope. I'll appeal to the herbivore lovers. Yeah, but the ones that love herbivores are also going to see, oh, you put them in cages and they're not roaming free, so you're an asshole for that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's an egg. What? How did egg get down there?
Oh, wow. I want your take, Jerry, before I start making unpleasant assumptions.
All right. First thing, shape and thickness matter more than size alone. In Costa Rica, you've got large ground-nesting birds that could surprise you. Great curassow, the crested guan, even jabiru storks near waterways.
The shell's pale, slightly porous, not heavily calcified. Doesn't scream stork to me. I've spent enough time around birds to know when an egg doesn't fit its landscape. In Kenya, we used to track nests by shell fragments alone. Ostrich, vulture. You learn the difference fast. Thickness, curvature, how the shell breaks. Stork eggs fracture chunky, uneven, like broken crockery. This is cleaner, lighter.
Then let's widen the net to reptiles. Iguana and basilisk eggs are leathery, usually collapse rather than fracture, so probably not that. Crocodilians lay much thicker shells. Snakes lay clusters, soft-shelled. If it's
We're just gonna pause for the ad. Pausing for the ad. Almost done. We got 33 minutes left. Like a half hour left. We got like a half hour left. We'll be finished at the 3-hour mark. That's actually not bad. That is not bad at all. I don't know who we'll be raiding into. I don't know who's alive and going it on a Tuesday. Who's gonna be alive on a Tuesday? Yeah, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it, right? Hey, Swabos, how you doing? Huh. So OBS says your name normally, but Twitch on, but yeah, Twitch on my phone says Pokemon Legends ZA Totodile Swamos. It's reading the character. Welcome back. All right. Welcome in.
Scattered cleanly, that rules out most
That is the
native
icon
reptiles.
I have. Yeah, it's just
That's
it just
exactly
says it
the issue.
on.
It doesn't fit neatly anywhere, which means it doesn't belong on the list altogether.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that,
We'll
but
get
yes,
you that shout
we
out.
have
How
to
was
consider
Genshin?
park animals. Now, that doesn't automatically make it a viable egg. Many species will lay eggs under stress, hormonal imbalance, or the absence of mating.
You're saying one of our animals could have laid it without being pregnant?
Correct. Birds do it all the time. Domestic hens lay infertile eggs constantly. Even some reptiles will ovulate and deposit eggs that were never fertilized.
And dinosaurs?
In captivity, cycles get confused. Light, diet, enclosure, stress, it all interferes
Oh,
with the
nice trip down memory
reproductive
lane.
process.
Fantastic.
There's no reason that our dinosaurs wouldn't share this behavior with modern-day birds.
Yeah,
If
we're
a
watching
female
some
is cycling and
old
there's no successful
found
mating,
footage.
an infertile egg is
of the old
absolutely
park.
possible. It would explain why there's no embryonic material.
Well, the shell is dry. That still leaves the question of how it got into the drain.
Drain systems are collection points. Water carries debris, Muldoon.
You get what's causing me to be concerned, don't you, Jerry?
Muldoon, even if this is the work of one of our animals, it doesn't prove reproduction. Remember, Muldoon, they're all female. I've seen the Maiasaura produce membranous sacs from their cloaca, which implies egg-laying behavior in the absence of males. Should their diets be higher in calcium, these membranous sacs would be converted to infertile calcified eggshells. Yet there are no babies inside them.
All right. Then I'll log it as incidental.
I think that's the most informed call to make here, Muldoon.
Understood. Ending the concern here. Just give her some time. The container's been sitting here for 20 minutes now. Doors unlocked and wide open. Hydraulics disengaged, everything as it should be. Sometimes they step out immediately, sometimes they don't. Animals that come from Site B tend to take their time, since the ground smells unfamiliar to them. This one's no different. Drizzle's settled in. Of course it has to rain on the day of the transfer. Good weather for keeping things calm. Bad weather for moving anything that weighs several tons. This animal came over from Sauna, a subadult, old enough to be wary, young enough to still adapt if we don't rush it. The paddock's been cleared to give her space. The other three are held back for now. Acclimatization with herd animals isn't about introductions. It's about absence. Letting the land speak first. Letting her learn where the ground dips, where the fences hum, where the wind carries sound. Weather complicates everything.
You can't
Wet
try and
air
capture
carries
Spamos
scent
anyways. He's
farther.
already
Mud
caught.
holds tracks longer.
He's already a trainer's
Every
Pokemon,
step
so
she
you
takes
can't.
out there will leave
Also,
a
what
record
kind of
for
pizza?
the others to read later.
What kind of za you having?
That can help, or it can set the tone wrong if she panics.
Wonder, is this a
This is
stego or is
always
this a
the longest
trike?
part. Waiting, watching a metal box in the rain, listening to the animal breathe.
What are we looking at?
You start thinking about what happens if she bolts, or refuses to move, or decides the container is safer than the paddock. Subadults are the hardest. Too big to manhandle, too young to have settled instincts.
I'm thinking trike. Is it going to be a trike? I hope it's a trike. We haven't seen one yet. We haven't seen a trike yet.
There. She's approaching,
Might be a
sniffing
trike.
now.
It might be a trike.
She's testing the threshold, smelling the rain, feeling the vibration of the fence. She doesn't know the others aren't here yet. All she knows is that the world outside the box is larger than the one she's been in.
Come on, let it be a trike. I think it's a trike. Come on, trike. Come on, trike.
Finally, she's trusted. Here
No,
she comes.
stego.
Beautiful animal.
Yeah, it's a stego. Oh, look at that thagomizer, though. Oh, wonderful.
She's picking up speed. Stegosaur, subadult, not fully grown, but already carrying the weight and armor she'll rely on for the rest of her life. Stegosaurs don't forget first impressions. They're slow, but they're not stupid. A bad start echoes for months, though. Look at that thagomizer.
Yeah,
No
he said
rush,
it.
no panic.
He said it.
Just careful, deliberate movement through the corridor. If she keeps this pace and attitude, acclimatization will hopefully go smoothly. There's a quiet dignity to her that never gets old. No roar, no display, no need to announce herself. She carries all that weight and armor.
Again,
like
this
it's
is
simply
found
part of
footage,
the
so
weather.
it is a little
Like she's
glitchy.
always belonged wherever she happens to be standing. People underestimate animals like this because they're slow, because they don't bare teeth or chase you down.
I mean, it was almost 40 years ago, and so it's okay. The tape is just doing what the tape
She's
does.
investigating her surroundings now, taking everything in, every new plant, every new log, every new tree, every new smell. She's mapping her vicinity. Animals do that instinctively long before they ever relax. They build a mental boundary first, learn where safety might be found, where escape routes exist, where the ground feels firm underfoot,
Don't
and
worry
where it
about
doesn't.
it.
Comfort comes later.
I
Familiarity
didn't go into the
always
restricted
comes
zone. Nope,
first.
not at all. Nope, nope,
You can
nope.
rush a crate opening, rush an introduction, rush a feeding schedule, but you can't rush that internal map.
I stayed exactly where I needed to
If an
stay, and
animal
I
doesn't
did not
understand
cross
its space,
any boundaries.
it never truly
And I
settles
did not
in.
go into any areas that
That's when
said
you
off
get stress
limits or
behaviors,
restricted
bad decisions,
or turned
injuries
back.
that look like accidents but aren't. Out here, the rain, the smell
Don't
of
worry
wet
ab-
grass, the muted light, all of it helps. Softens the edges, makes the world feel less
Are
exposed.
you not getting sued? They
while
can't
she
sue
keeps her
me.
bearings. I saw the same thing years ago
You
in
can't
Africa
sue
after
me,
we
they made me.
relocated a leopard that had started ranging
Get
too
away.
close to livestock. First night out of his crate, he
Ow,
didn't go
why?
far. Just paced about, touched trees, rubbed his face against bark, listened more than he moved. People expected him to vanish into the bush immediately, but he stayed within a few hundred meters until he understood the land. Once he did, he was gone by morning and we never had another report. That wasn't fear, that was intelligence. So we need to give her time. Let her
Yeah, I'm
decide
good,
when
I'm
this
good.
place becomes hers. No other stegosaurs in the paddock yet. They're in their holding pen, so no pressure, no competition, just space, rain, and quiet. When she finally stops scanning and starts grazing without lifting her head every few minutes, that's when I'll know she's settled and we can begin the first steps of incorporating her into the herd. Until then, the best thing we can do is wait. She was transferred here from Sauna to replace the steg that died earlier this month. Hammond is adamant that he wants a minimum of 4 stegosaurs in the park. Night changes the rules. Everything's quieter, slower, more honest. Stegosaurs are less reactive in the dark, less posturing, less defensive movement. So this is the safest window to introduce her. They rely on proximity and vibration more than
Yeah,
sight
there's
now,
Spino.
which keeps things deliberate instead of explosive.
This feels like the
See
opening
how
to
the
a horror movie. It's
matriarch there
basically
on the
found
right
footage horror.
positions herself? She doesn't approach directly. She angles her body,
And this is
presents
only
her
volume
flank,
1, which is
lets the
super
subadult
cool.
read her size without forcing a challenge.
It takes like, it's a mix between the movie and the novel. So it has like extra raptors going around that are outside the
That tail
paddocks.
swing
And
isn't a threat. It's a boundary. She's saying, this is my space, but you're allowed near it. The others follow her lead automatically. Herd animals don't vote. They watch the one who decides. The subadult doing the right thing, head low, plates angled back slightly, matching pace instead of advancing. No vocalization, no sudden turns.
thank you, Sarah.
That's submission without weakness. She's acknowledging hierarchy while signaling she's not a liability. If she were to rush or freeze, this would go very differently. Confidence tempered by caution. That's what gets you accepted. Now the matriarch closes the distance, one slow step, then another. A brief touch along the flank. That's the moment. Physical contact without retaliation. From here on, the herd recognizes her scent as part of the group. Tomorrow, she'll graze at the edges. Tonight, she stands near the center. Integration isn't instant, but acceptance is. And once a stegosaur is accepted into a herd, it's for life, unless something goes very wrong. That's the stability we build everything else on.
It's like part horror movie, part like animal documentary.
She has no hesitation tonight. That tells me the separation's doing its job. Juveniles here, adult stays in the holding paddock. They just don't get along, and she's growing fast, so they're becoming too close in size now, too much competition. You keep them together and one ends up testing the other, and with animals like this, a test turns lethal fast.
That's consistent with what we see in predators. Once the juvenile starts closing the size gap, tolerance disappears. It's not aggression so much as inevitability. Two apex predators don't share space unless one is clearly subordinate. And she's definitely past that phase. She's growing quickly.
The lysine supplement's gone in an instant. Still feels harsh, starving an animal just enough to make it take a tablet. I don't like conditioning predators to associate hunger with us intervening.
I don't either, but the alternative is worse.
Trust the scientists to come up with some twisted method of growth control, like inhibiting the animals from synthesizing an amino acid.
Just to be clear, Robert, the dinosaurs are incapable of producing lysine. Any carnivore on a protein-rich diet should synthesize enough on his own. What InGen did was alter the metabolic pathway. The enzymes still work, but only with our lysine.
So it's not a deficiency, it's a dependency.
Exactly. The animals can make lysine from their feed, but not the kind they need in sufficient quantity. Their
They
enzymes
literally
are optimized,
turned.
patented really, for the synthetic variant administered in those tablets. Without it, metabolism slows, growth falters, neurological function degrades.
At least you don't have to hold.
That's one way to put it.
That's
They
sick.
turn them into drug addicts. They
From a
need it to
veterinary
live. They're
standpoint,
dependent and
it's elegant.
addicted
From an
to it.
ethical one, less so. But it ensures containment without visible force. Even if an animal got off the island, it wouldn't stay viable for long.
Watching her eat, you'd never know any of that. Looks healthy, alert,
Yeah,
dangerous.
the whole lysine contingency
Hard
thing,
to
which is
reconcile
like
that
a
with the
line
idea
in the
that
movie
she's only
that goes
functioning because
absolutely
we
nowhere.
allow it.
Most systems work that way, Robert. The illusion of independence supported by something hidden underneath. Remember, you work at a glorified zoo after all.
Still doesn't sit right. especially knowing the adults out there smelling her through the fence.
This
Two
is like-
animals, same species, same instincts, one thriving, one frustrated, and both reliant on a chemical we designed. That's not nature, Jerry. That's management.
And management is the only reason any of this can exist, Robert.
For now.
So yeah, it's just like the whole
Muldoon,
like
are you
licensing
there?
makes no sense.
Yes, Ray.
I need you to head to the raptor enclosure immediately.
What's going on?
It's the big one. She's convulsing, Muldoon. What do we do?
I'm on my way, Ray. I see them, Ray.
You must act quick, Muldoon.
I've only got the Moro 709 with me, Ray.
We don't have a choice, Muldoon. She'll deteriorate fast if we don't act now. The damage could be irreversible.
Got one, but Storm's made a dash.
I'll follow her, Muldoon.
Yeah, because if they continue the
Cover me, Ray.
lysine contingency,
I've got eyes on her.
Good.
like the Lost World wouldn't have happened.
Muldoon, please be careful.
I need
Because
your
that takes
eyes
place
glued
3
to her,
years,
Ray. We
3 or
don't
4
have
years
time.
after
I'm
the
going in.
Nublar
I
incident.
see her.
So all the
You're
animals
clear,
would be
Muldoon.
dead,
Right, I'm counting on you this time, Ray.
I
and
won't let you down.
all the animals on Nublar would be
Kill the gate
dead.
siren for me, Ray.
Done. And I've got a crate heading your way right now.
All right.
Like,
I can hear it.
The pilot's given me T-minus 40 seconds.
Yep, I see it.
She's straight ahead of you, Muldoon, crouched in the reeds.
The sound of the chopper is probably frightening her.
that's why you should have 2 helicopters. One to do the job, and the other one to circle to
Update
make
me,
things
Ray.
scary.
Hasn't moved.
Where are you?
Still there, Ray?
Yep, the chopper is going to set down soon.
They want to see if they'll save them to learn.
Keep
how
the
to
bird in the
predict
air.
rate. Could be. Time left. 12 minutes. Say 15. We'll say 15. Give or take, depending on if there's credits and stuff. It's in the reeds somewhere.
Christ!
Muldoon, are you okay?
Oof.
What the bloody hell was that all about, Ray? I thought you had eyes on her.
I did.
Computers are going to get someone killed.
Robert, I don't know what.
Never mind. I have to get the big one to Harding.
I'm heading to the raptor pen now, Muldoon.
Okay, Jerry, the chopper's leaving now. I'll be at the pen in a few minutes.
She had a seizure.
Possibly, I don't know for sure.
Okay, I've got a few vials of midazolam that should work. It's reliable in reptiles and birds, so I don't see why it won't work for velociraptors.
I hope you're right, Jerry.
I'm almost at the pen. I'll talk to you later, Muldoon.
All right, bye. Storm's sister seems she took to the dart. The dose was meant for Rex, but it was all I had, and time was of the essence. Storm, on the other hand, almost had her way with me. Tail twitch is always a good sign. I'll double check for adverse effects, and then go strangle Ray Arnold.
I think there's still another raptor in the pen.
Robert Muldoon,
jeez.
Game Warden, Isla Nublar,
Oh, that's dark.
Tyrannosaurus Rex holding paddock inspection for September 29, 91. This here is our elevated viewing deck over the holding paddock, with its only current occupant, the Queen herself. She's asleep in the open again, no attempt at cover, no effort to conceal herself. An animal with nothing here that can challenge her has zero instinct to hide. That's the confidence of an apex predator with absolute dominance over its environment. We separated her from the juvenile for the lysine cycle this time. Couldn't risk administering supplements together. Too much aggression, too much competition over food. At their size, a dispute isn't just simply posturing. It can accumulate in death.
Kinda is.
The juvenile's reaching that threshold where tolerance disappears. So
I mean,
we stagger feeding,
they're doing as best as they
isolate
can
them,
with the
make sure each animal takes its tablet
like,
without
the
the other
models,
interfering.
So
It's a strange thing designing animal husbandry protocols around chemistry instead of ecology.
yes, keep Snickers
In the
bars
reserve
away
back
from
in Kenya,
Vince.
separation meant injury recovery, breeding management, or relocation. Here it means making sure two engineered predators don't kill each other over a medicated ration. Any effective containment strategy begins with a clear understanding of the animal's core biological and behavioral requirements. With the largest land carnivore the Earth has ever seen, space is the first
really
and most
is.
integral requirement. Always will be. People think predators
But I mean,
don't
like, they had no
require
idea
it
what the
because
fuck
they
they
sleep
were
so much.
doing, so
They
makes
see
sense.
this, an animal lying still for hours, and assume the enclosure is adequate. What they don't see is the territory that exists in the animal's own mind. In Tanzania, a single lioness would patrol a range that dwarfs almost this entire island. Not because she needs every acre at every moment, but because the option mattered. This pen meets the minimum physical requirements. The Rex can turn, walk, feed, rest, but minimum is not the same as sufficient. Large predators require gradients, open ground, cover, elevation, scent trails, variation in substrate. Without those, behavior is affected. They become predictable. Predictability in a predator is not calmness, it's agitation. The answer that all good zoos provide to counter this is enrichment. But enrichment is a poor substitute for territory. We drag scent trails, vary feeding locations, introduce novel objects she can investigate and destroy.
Dino Russie.
She engages briefly.
What if I want a Dino
Then
Russie?
she sleeps again.
Or Tyranno
Not from
Russie.
contentment, but because there is literally nothing left to do. It's hard from a zoological standpoint to try and understand the requirements of an animal that lived in a completely different world to us. In here, a cow arrives, is consumed, and the world goes still again for her. The separation from the juvenile
Worth.
has altered her patterns.
Absolute worth.
She paces the fence line more often now, especially at dusk. She can smell the younger animal on the wind currents that move through the service corridors. That scent is both familiar and antagonistic. Kin recognition doesn't override competition in large theropods. If anything, it sharpens it. People assume aggression is a flaw in the animals. It isn't. It's a requirement. A predator that hesitates doesn't eat. A predator that tolerates rivals
Why am I expecting
doesn't breed.
the T-Rex to just like
What we call
disappear
aggression is simply an
in
evolutionary
between like
solution
these cuts?
to scarcity. We
Like
remove
it's
the
gonna go past like a
scarcity,
pillar, and
but
the T-Rex
aggression
is just
remains.
gonna fucking vanish.
I remember relocating a problem leopard near Nakuru. She'd taken
Like,
goats
he would just
from
be like,
3
bam,
villages
Mike Myers
and had to
style,
be
and
moved
just
before the
disappear.
farmers poisoned her, We released her into a protected sector with ample prey. On paper, perfect
Like, I'm
habitat.
expecting that. I'm 100%
For 3 days, she did
expecting that.
nothing but circle the perimeter, testing every boundary, scent marking every tree. She wasn't looking for food. She was mapping ownership. That's what this one cannot do. No perimeter she can influence, no rivals she can displace, no territory she can claim. The glass, the concrete, the electrified barriers, they define her world in ways no
Like, see,
wild
we
boundary
turn
ever
away,
could.
and
A
then
river
we're
can
gonna
be
look
crossed,
back, and
a
she's gonna be
mountain
gone.
can be climbed,
She's gonna be fucking
but a
gone.
fence
I know
hums
it.
and kills. We often talk about containment in terms of barriers and fail-safes, but real containment is
fucking knew it!
meeting an animal's requirements so completely that it has no impetus to challenge those barriers. Space, stimulation, predictable resources, absence of chronic stresses. We meet some of those. Others, we can only approximate. On the preserve,
Oh, there she is.
if an enclosure failed, an animal returned to an ecosystem that could absorb it. Here, failure means an apex predator in an artificial landscape with no checks and no learned
Zoology,
boundaries.
my dream job.
That's
School's
why
not for
every
me. It makes me
protocol
sad,
matters.
and Jesus,
Separation
people
for
my age
feeding,
caring
controlled
about
enrichment, monitoring
cancer stuff.
behavioral
I mean,
changes. There's
local
a
zoo
tendency
might see if
to
they have volunteer
anthropomorphize
programs.
sleep as peace. It isn't peace. It's conservation of energy between demands that never come. In the wild, rest is earned between hunts, conflicts, migrations. Here, rest is the default state. Still, she is magnificent, perfectly adapted for a world that no longer exists, confined to one we built for spectacle and control.
I'm waiting for this to end with
Our
him
task
getting.
is
It's
to ensure
Muldoon. He
that
doesn't
within
get.
these
He
limits,
doesn't get killed until
her
the
needs are
movie,
met
which is
well
like
enough
2 years
that
from
instinct
this.
does not turn into desperation, because desperation is when predators test fences. I almost feel sorry for her. She's just watching me, Jerry. Just sitting there like she's deciding whether I'm worth the effort. But I can bet that if this pen wasn't here,
Ad break in a minute.
she'd try and show me, that's for sure. Like Storm yesterday, almost snuck up on me.
Yeah, I heard. Ray Arnold and his computers.
Tell me about it.
But she's alert and responsive. This is the first seizure I've documented in any of the park's animals, let alone a raptor.
Ugly ass
You're
fish. What about
certain it
beautiful
was a
fish?
seizure and not some
Not all fish are
toxin
ugly.
or
Like, look at
neurological
sharks.
infection?
And like
Positive.
octopi and
Full
squid
tonic
and
clonic
stuff.
presentation. Rigidity, limb extension, mandibular clenching, followed by rhythmic convulsions. I administered intramuscular midazolam. The convulsions subsided within 90 seconds.
And the lysine?
I injected her once she stabilized. At this stage, it's going to be observation, monitor respiration, coordination, pupil response, and watch for recurrence.
You're telling me this happened because she missed a supplement, Jerry?
That's my working theory. Their modified metabolic pathway is dependent on InGen's specific lysine analog. Without it, systemic stress escalates. Neurological symptoms aren't out of the question.
Imagine that. An apex predator humbled because she didn't take her vitamins.
It's not a vitamin deficiency.
Flintstone vitamins for the
conventional sense,
dinosaur.
Muldoon. It's enzymatic compatibility. They can process natural lysine, but not efficiently enough to sustain neural stability without our engineer compound.
So what's the long-term solution, Jerry? We dart them all once a week, drop them cold just to get a tablet down their throats?
I don't like it either. Sedation carries
And-
risk. Respiratory
Oh, we're
depression,
almost done.
dosing errors, stress myopathy.
Like 5 more minutes. We're just there. You go. We're just waiting for the the Flintstone gum. There's Flintstone gummies. There's Flintstone gummy vitamins now. Oh. Also, that pause. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Jeez. Why? No. Siri is good. Good bot. I like Siri bot. Now you triggered a thought. Do you think Flintstone vitamins would upset the dinosaurs since the Flintstones used dinosaurs like tools? I don't think it would. I don't think it would upset them that they're eating the Flintstones. I think it's more so that they're getting revenge. Right? Like they're seeing like they're getting revenge, and though to be fair, it might like for these monsters, because they're not real dinosaurs, they're movie monsters. Like these vitamins would have to be the size of like the 5-pound gummy bear. Not even Dino trying to convince them to would work. Like think of the 5-pound gummy bear, like how big that is. That was like a foot and a half of like pure fucking sugar and like gelatin and stuff. You're getting a lot of Goldblum. A lot of Goldblum. But yeah, 5-pound gummy bear size vitamins. That'd be the best way to explain like how big these pills should actually be for these animals. Like that big. Holy moly. Holy moly. Alright. Let's get back to it.
But with an animal that refuses oral intake, parenteral administration may be the only reliable route.
She's staring holes through me, Jerry. No fear, no confusion. If anything, she looks irritated that we interfered.
That's consistent with rapid benzodiazepine clearance in theropods. Sedation fades, cognition returns, and they start remembering.
Brilliant. So next time we come at her with a dart, she'll be ready.
If this seizure was lysine related, which I'm completely positive that it was, maintaining her schedule should prevent recurrence.
She hasn't moved from that spot, just breathing slow. Like she's filing this away for future reference.
Oh yeah, she
With
angry.
her, I would
She is
assume she
angry.
Keep visual contact, note any tremors or ataxia, and call me immediately if anything changes, Muldoon.
Understood.
I don't know how you'd be able to see ataxia, but okay.
I'm currently in the service corridor between the Rex holding pen and the paddock proper. The adult was returned to the paddock, so both Rexes are back in here now. Tomorrow we should administer the lysine to the adult Rex. We can do that by simply leaving the tablet in the enclosure rather than separating, as the juvenile doesn't yet dare to approach the adult while she's feeding. Here's our juvenile, eyes glowing. Predators' eyes often appear to glow in the dark because of a reflective layer behind the retina called the tapetum lucidum. It acts like a mirror, bouncing
It's
incoming
like
light
why
back
cat's
through the
eyes glow.
photoreceptors to improve vision in low-light conditions. You tend to see this in nocturnal hunters like lions or hyenas. She's waiting here, expecting a cow or a goat, since she hasn't eaten in over a week in accordance with the lysine protocol. She definitely looks menacing, crouched like that, assessing the gate.
To be fair, reptussi to reptussi, I'm not too like.
She's realized that food isn't coming, so she's off. I must admit, it is good to see her approaching the gate, holding her own. As she grows, she's going to start taking up space, both physically and with regards to marking out her territory. We don't know enough of Rex territorial range, but I think it's safe to say that they... This one has a knack for sneaking. I guess this is a perfect example of misconceptions people have regarding animals in captivity. Earlier today in the holding pen, we saw her behave quite docile and calm. People always complain about visiting zoos and finding the lions always sleeping.
How are they creepy? How are cats creepy?
Let me
They're just
tell you,
adorable
when the
little
sun
people.
goes down, they are completely different animals, as are all nocturnal carnivores, and the Rexes are no exception. Jerry, I thought you said they fed the big one this afternoon.
That's correct, Muldoon. 4 p.m.
The crane's still here.
Oh, I thought they'd have finished up by now.
Me too. I'll call you back, Jerry.
Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why is the feeding gate still open? Christ! Andre! Andre! Close the damn feeder! 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 Andre! Close No, no, no.
Possible raptor out. Ooh. One got out. The big one got out.
Good God.
And that's end of volume 1. And that is that. There's all the credits. That was fantastic. We're gonna have to try and find volume 2 for a later date. And as we're doing that, we're gonna excuse me? No discussing content. This was like 30-something years ago. It's fine. Raid channel. Hold on. Why is that not working now? Give me a sec. There we go. We are... Who is awake? And that would be fun for us to raid into. Let's take a gander. Let's go. Actually, let's see who's online from the Dino crew. Who's on? Oh, I'm the only one online. I'm the only one online. Uh-oh. Glad I'm back. It's fun. It's absolutely fun. I gotta figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow. 100% we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow. Maybe play a game. Might play a game. No, she's too chaotic. I don't want to jump into his stream. They're sleeping. And let's go into Ray. Let's jump into Ray. We haven't jumped into her for a very long time, so we'll pop into her. She's a Canadian, a fellow Canuck, and she does like a lot of like fighting games, adventure games. Who's him? Don't worry about it. Haven't jumped into her, huh? Swamos. Swamos. It'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, don't worry about who's him. You don't need to worry about that. I'm tired. Maybe. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, doing a lot of stuff. I can't wait for you guys. Like, I'm working so hard. Like, getting this last a little bit. Working so hard on a new model, new lore, new everything. Like, everything is getting like reworked. So look at that for the next few months. I'll be putting out a couple teasers here pretty soon. But until then, yeah, we will stream tomorrow. I gotta figure out what we're gonna stream. I mean, we might just do more kind of videos like this tomorrow, just to make it a nice light week. But until then, I'll see everybody tomorrow. Bye.